when people work in sports, I always want to know, how did your love for sports begin?
That is a fantastic question.
Thank you.
I'm not sure how I could pinpoint when the bug bit me, but I always talk about in our house growing up, there was always a black and white picture of my mom's basketball team. And so I grew up knowing that she started as a freshman. She was also part of integrating a predominantly white school. And so she would tell me about some of the struggles that were involved with that. And so I think that always I kind of wanted to make her proud, and I always felt like the bar, she never said that, but I always felt like the bar was going to be starting as a freshman and doing those other things. Although I played softball in high school as well, basketball was my first love. And ironically, one of those things when you've looked at that something for so long, I did start as a freshman. And one of my most favorite years of all in sports was that freshman year when I was allowed to play on the junior high team and the high school team. I grew up in a small Class B school. And so absolutely loved that year where I was playing basketball 5 to 6 days a week.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. And, you know, like you said, you just wanted to make her proud, even though she never said it, but you was trying to follow her footsteps. And that's pretty cool. So as I mentioned earlier, you're a Hall of Famer from your alma mater, with such honors as Player of the Week, OIC Scholar Athlete, OIC and District 9 All-Conference teams, and Northwestern Ranger Queen. What amazing accomplishments. How, with basketball classes, possibly campaigning for Ranger Queen, how were you able to juggle all this and keep your GPA up?
Well, it's one of those things that I absolutely loved college, and some of my friends from the Baptist Student Union, they were my sponsoring group for Ranger Queen. Okay. They talked me into it. And ironically, it's the first time that I learned that other people other people can see some things in yourself that you may not see at the time. Right. I never ever considered myself Queen material at all. And I wouldn't have had the nerve to do it had some of my friends were like, hey, we'll help you with the posters, we'll help you, we'll back you, you can do this. Everybody knows you, but they didn't know me in that realm. And so I don't know, that was a very eye-opening and life-changing time for me as well. So to be voted in by my peers at a PWI meant a whole lot to me. Yeah. So yeah, but I always saw myself just as, you know, a jock, an athlete, a scholar. I did see those things as me, but a queen, I never saw that.
Well, you're a queen, sister, that's for sure. You are amazing. Just, you know, researching and reading your bio, I was like, wow, she is amazing. And that's why I'm so excited that you're our very first guest. A.D. Rogers, you were inducted in the Hall of Fame at Langston in 1998. I believe 9 years after you graduated, or 8 or 9 years, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. How was that moment for you to be honored in that way?
You know, no one really prepares you. It's like when you're excited about it, and I was honored. My family was there to see me inducted, but I was not prepared for the rush of memories as you're getting ready to thank those that have played a part in your induction. I just saw the hours and hours outside playing on a grass court, the excitement when my dad built my first goal. And it was big because he actually had a welder. I had the metal pole, that everything, still had a grass court. But I mean, I looked at all the hours that were spent in the backyard and that had brought me to that point. The sacrifices that my mom and dad had made. We weren't rich by any means. My mom was a school teacher. And, you know, all of that was full circle. And I just felt grateful to God that he allowed me to experience that moment.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, A.D. Rogers, you served 4 years as an athletic director for women's sports and was selected as AD of the Year for Region 6 in 2003. Now, I never knew there could be separate ADs for women and men's sports. Could you elaborate on that for me? I mean, why was it just for women's sport?
So at that point in time, we were at NEI Division I school. And so we split the responsibilities. Part of my time, there were 2 years that the other men's
Doc, you mentioned Lincoln and the streak they've been on. They're the winners of 8 consecutive games. So they have not lost in this calendar year. There's only one team that has a
I knew they had one
consecutive
was a streak and it was 8, but I didn't realize they hadn't lost this calendar year. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, but there's one team out there who has a streak slightly longer than theirs.
I know. Oh, longer?
Yes, right now on the D2 level. On the D2 level. HBCU D2. Let me specify. HBCU D2 women. There's one team that has a longer streak.
Oh, well, that's easy to. Yeah, I mean,
nope, Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. It's our forgotten HBCU on the D2 level. West Virginia State. They're the winners of 9 consecutive women.
Nice, good.
Okay.
Yeah, I see you, Drew. Right. Yeah, keep that computer churning. I like what you're spitting.
Great observation there, Drew, about the records in Division II. I want to do a breakdown of looking at people's non-conference later, because that's fascinating when you juxtapose it against Division I, which we know that's a different story, but still, I think it is interesting to look at.
Brian, 11 of the 29 women HBCU programs on January 22nd have double-digit wins.
Nice.
It's over 1/3 have double-digit wins. No one is winless.
Nice. And I still say 20 wins is a mark. I think 20 wins is still an actionable mark that you look at and say,
oh yeah. That's I love that 20. I love that 20 win mark. It's still significant, particularly at the Division II level, NIA level. You get to 20. Sometimes at them, they get a chance to get to 25. Really looking good. Right. But at the Division I level, if you can get to 20 wins, you're really doing something. Sometimes that demarcation may need to be closer to 17, 18. But it's something beautiful about that round number when you can put that 20 win mark on it. So I love that you brought that up. Yeah, I love that you brought that up.
And take it one step further, everybody. 15 of the 29 are at 9 wins or better. So over half of our women's programs are at 9 wins or better with 5 weeks remaining in the basketball season.
As I mentioned earlier, John, you're the executive director of the Celebration Bowl. Just curious, how does one become an executive director of the bowl? I mean, what are the qualifications?
That's a good question, because I still don't know the answer to that. It wasn't really something that I was pursuing. I was chief executive for 100 Black Women of Atlanta, and we actually ran a game, the Atlanta Football Classic, that featured Florida A&M and Tennessee State.
Okay.
And when ESPN was looking to launch the bowl game in Atlanta, they reached out to me through the commissioner at that time to have a meeting with them. Okay. And so the conversation sort of led to an offer to join ESPN. And I initially was a little hesitant, but just simply because I was enjoying what I was doing. But I enjoy building things, and I saw this really as a great opportunity to build something institutional for historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, okay. And to work at putting us in a space where we aren't, as it relates to being with the other bowl games. And although the Celebration Bowl was sort of legacy of the Heritage Bowl, which was a legacy of the Pelican Bowl. That it was our desire to make sure we were able to institutionalize this in a way that, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, that that this game would be very, very viable and would certainly be functioning at a level beyond what anyone would imagine today.
Absolutely. And so in 2015, that was the first year the Celebration Bowl was correct?
Correct.
Well, you said ESPN, so who pitched it to ESPN? Did ESPN come to somebody or someone actually pitched it to them?
Dr. Dennis Thomas, who was the commissioner of the MEAC at that time, approached ESPN with the idea to get engaged with the bowl game. It wasn't called the Celebration Bowl at the time; they had no name, because the Heritage Bowl, which preceded that, had actually gone defunct. I think it was back in 1999, around that time, and so pitched the idea to ESPN, and it actually took 10 years after that for the MEAC chancellors and presidents to vote to approve giving up the automatic qualifier to go to the playoffs and actually go to the bowl game. So initially, again, it was his idea to pitch it to them. But as I tell people, there's a lot of great ideas out there that are in file cabinets and some in the trash heap. But because it takes three things to actually put something together. It takes an idea, then it takes someone to finance it, then it takes someone to build it. So it's a three-phase. So certainly applaud Dr. Thomas for the idea. And I applaud, ESPN stepping up and saying, hey, we had to finance this. And then, we were fortunate that we were able to come in with our team and actually build it. And so that's why we have what we have today.
That's awesome. The first time that I actually came to the Celebration Bowl was in 2019, and she say sports was just taking off, and I was working with BJ Jones and Charles Bishop. They were showing me the ropes, and I was trying to get on Radio Row. I couldn't get there. Something was going on that they stopped it or whatever, but I was amazed at how it was just like, for us, I had never seen that before. And it was a beautiful thing. And you guys have done an amazing job, truly an amazing job.
Thank
you. So John, how does the Celebration Bowl continue to stay nimble in the era of television market share and ever-changing landscape? Simply put, how do fans define what is the growth of the Celebration Bowl?
That's a very good question. I like to, I always begin with the end in mind when I'm looking at anything. And the ultimate goal for us was to build a Super Bowl, to build our Super Bowl.
They're being paid for their services.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Big Monday, College Basketball Monday, here at Paine College in the Garden City, Augusta, Georgia, USA. So happy that you guys are with us. I'm Charles McNeil, side by side with the one and only Chris Martin, who has been the voice of the Lions here of late, as we have an opportunity for you guys to see a really good game tonight. We have the Lions of Paine taking on Voorhees and the Tigers. The Tigers with an 8-18 record versus Keisha Lucette, the Hall of Famer, and her Paine College Lions with a 4-16 mark. These two teams met back on February the 4th. It was a Saturday, and it was a special day for Paine College, a week before their homecoming. And what a treat it was as they went on the road to Voorhees in preparation of that big matchup. And when they did it, they came from behind for a 63-47 victory. It was win number 3 for them as they were able to get things done. And really excited about what happened in that first matchup, Chris, as now it gets to our keys to victory. As we look at these two teams, 4-16 versus 8-18. What are the keys for the Lions?
That's right, Charles. So the keys to victory for the Lions tonight is going to be control the tempo. Just like in that last game, they started out giving up points early in the game, but they were able to slow that number one scorer down for Toccoa Falls, and they only gave up 23 points in the second half. The second part is going to be sharing is caring. We love to see them pass the ball, working around the rock, getting people shots. That last game, Rubio had a really big first quarter. They were looking for her purposely on the inside. We would like to see more of that in this one. And then, of course, protect the rock, which has been a problem for them all season long, is the turnovers. We feel like if we can keep those down to single digits, they're going to be in this game throughout.
Talking about outstanding coaches, we've got a fantastic coaching matchup. Keisha Lucette, the Hall of Famer, the head coach at Paine College, and she has done it oh so well over her career as a player in both basketball and volleyball. A Hall of Famer here at Paine, her number retired in 2 sports, and she gets ready to show off what her team has learned over these 3 months of basketball. This is the next to last game of the season for the Lions, as they're not in a conference affiliation. As for Voorhees, they're coached by Edward Glover Jr. 20-plus seasons on the bench, 24 years as a head coach, and guy that knows oh so well this game of basketball. The tip is up, and the tip is controlled and in the hands of the Lions. They're clad in their black uniforms at home today, so it's a special night as well. Black uniforms with the purple and gray trim, as they have the rock to start this game off. On the floor for them, you have Caples with the basketball. Up top is Jada Brooks. She's the leading scorer. She drives a lane, puts it off the window, shot up no good. Loose ball rebound and controlled into the hands of number 21. That's Ty Bunkley. So Bunkley with the basketball gives it off to Cam Parker. Parker with the rock. She passes it down low to Melise Newbill. They get a shot up, no good, and it's rebounded by Rubio. Ashley Rubio, leading rebounder on her squad, as she sees her teammate drive the lane. That was Jada Mullenix, and Mullenix picks up a foul on Voorhees. So the first foul of the game comes at the 9:15 mark on the dribble drive basket opportunity for Jada Mullenix, who steps up to the line. So Mullenix sets, spins, and fires, and she misses the first one. The left-hander spins the basketball, puts it in the air, and that one also is no good. So a pair of misses to open up the proceedings for Jada Mullenix, and we're still scoreless, nearly a minute in. On the left wing, the dribble drive. Oh, that was a walk, no call inside, and stolen away by Caples. So here come the Lions, as they'll work their perimeter passing game. Rubio, one dribble and kicks it right side. Caples had it for a moment and then was knocked out of bounds. That was last touched by Voorhees. So the Tigers and Lions, all we need is some bears and we can say, oh my.
Yes, and it looks like early Bunkley's going to be aggressive again. She was the leading scorer the last time these teams matched up with 16. She's already driven to the hole twice. Hasn't come up with points yet, but she's looking to get her shot in.
There's a backdoor feed, and it leads to a bucket. Jada Brooks, so the leading scorer for Paine, gets them off to a fast start. She put the biscuit in the basket, and it's 2-0 Lions. With the dribble on the perimeter, driving it's Cullum. Cullum's shot deflected out of bounds, last touch by the Lions. So Voorhees in their white uniforms as they wore back on February 4th when they played the home game against Paine, and maybe familiarity breeds contempt for the Lions as they're clad in their dark uniforms that helped them pull out that victory. From the perimeter, the three ball is good. Knocking that one down is Ty Bunkley. Bunkley is a tremendous three-point shooter. She gets it done. She had 5 3-pointers and a half earlier this season and had 3 against Paine in the first quarter last time out.
Yeah, and it looks like Bunkley wants to repeat that same output from the last game. She has been the main aggressor for Voorhees in this first quarter action.
Yeah, Bunkley with 16 points to lead her squad, the Tigers. In that losing effort, as I said, they were up 24-22 at the end of the first quarter, but Keisha Lucette made some fantastic adjustments and helped the Lions to victory. First free throw up and no good off the right hand of Caples. Alexandria Caples at the line for the Lions. 5'5" sophomore out of Mobile, Alabama. Second one in the air, and it is good. So Caples may have had some thoughts, Chris, about the Mardi Gras that took place down in Mobile this past week. My daughter was down there with some of her sorors from Alpha Kappa Alpha.
She may still be feeling a little giddy from that, so let's hopefully see if it rubs off on the court and see her be aggressive. Whenever she's been aggressive in the games that I've followed, they have played well.
There's a jump hook up and down by Ravenel. So Ravenel's on the board and Bunkley's on the board for the 5 points scored by the Tigers of Voorhees. They lead it by 2 as Rubio calls her own number. Right side jump shot. Front iron no good. Rebounded and pulled out of there by Newbill. Off it comes in the left hand of Carl. Haley Carl, or Halia Carl. Pass off to her teammate left side. Halia gets the loose ball rebound. To the corner, 3 ball, there she is again. Ty Bunkley with 2 quick triples. The left-hander, sharpshooter.
Bunkley's starting to heat up. She's starting to heat up.
Dribble penetration, shot off the glass, no good, but there's a whistle. And Caples will go to the line, so the Lions now with their 5th and 6th opportunities at the line, and we're just couple of minutes into this one, 3 minutes in. Substitution off the bench for Coach Glover.
So we'll see what Coach Lucette decides to do with Bunkley heating up with 2 threes already. Let's see if she makes some adjustments on the defense to like we mentioned earlier, to slow this team down. Right now, the head of the snake is Bunkley.
Alicia Herder just inserted in the lineup. Caples coolly buries a pair of free throws. 3 of 4 from the line for Caples. 8-5 is our score. 6:53 left to play in the opening quarter. Dribble penetration, looking to get it outside, and now the three-point shooter is closely guarded out there by Brooks. Now she gets it back, wide open look, but Brooks closed out on it. Lost control of the dribble. Shot clock winding down, 3 seconds. Shot goes up, and there's a whistle. Thought it was a double dribble, thought it might have been a traveling violation, but the official a little closer to the action.
I don't know. It looked like a travel to me.
Yeah. Double dribble, travel. There's it. Ball don't lie. Ball don't lie as it's stolen away by Paine, and here they come. Caples, bounce pass to Brooks. Brooks surveys it, goes left side. There's a 3-ball from the corner. That's strong. Mullinex with that shot attempt, and back the other way they come. With the basketball, driving the lane. Collum to the hole. Can't make it work. Rebounded by Brooks. So Brooks is on the right. Mullinex is on the left. For Caples bringing it up the floor. Both of those are her wings. Her big is Rubio. And down low, we got another big as Rubio gets it on the wing. 10-footer in the air, and it's good.
Smooth shot by Rubio. She's got a great touch.
So Rubio cuts the deficit to 1, 8-7, with 5:42 left to play. Great post position, turn and face, and there's a whistle and a foul as Ravenel will head to the line. Coach Glover likes to empty the lane there, allow his shooter to just concentrate as he gives his team some additional instructions. We've got 4 fresh substitutions coming on off the bench. Correction, make it 3 subs coming in, as Rubio and Mullinex will stay out there.
And nobody in the gym liked that call. Rubio had some words for the ref. Not sure where the foul was committed. Looked like good defense on from where we are.
Second free throw, no good by Ravenel. So Ravenel has 3. Bunkley with 6. That's the 9 on the board for the visiting Tigers. Perimeter 3 ball. That was no good. Down low. Now on the wing. Another opportunity to fling. Side rim with that one. Rubio couldn't chase it down, and here come the Tigers. They've got numbers. 4 on 2 as they hustle to the bucket. The right hand scoop, no good. Loose ball rebound pulled out into the hands of the Lions.
McCrary has come in and given them good effort so far. She just snagged that rebound. In the games that I've been watching, McCrary has been a force down low, so let's see if she can continue to do that for the Lions tonight.
Cross-court pass. Rubio, thing of beauty. Ashley Rubio.
Leads back to the keys to the game for you, Charles, passing that ball. And that was an easy assist that they just picked up thanks to Rubio.
Yeah, nice look by Stewart, who connected with Rubio. So we're deadlocked at 9. First tie of the game. Lions have trailed by as many as 6 in the early going.
There's McCrary again on the boards.
Now another one, Rubio. That was a heat check from that left wing corner for Rubio after she knocked down a couple of mid-ranges. And now coming right back at it. Still on the dribble drive. Bounce pass in the painted area. There's a reach-in and a foul.
Referee's got a touchy whistle here on the Lions end tonight. Again, didn't see a lot of contact there. You can argue sometimes reaching in is get you in trouble, but just not a lot of contact to affect that shot.
All right, there's a timeout on the floor. 3:45 left in the opening quarter. We're tied at 9. This is Paine College basketball on Black College Sports Network.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit. TurboTax Live.
T. Madden & Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients.
Call T. Madden & Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Back inside the Lions' den. Monday Night Hoops. Bernays Ravenel at the line. One for 3 at the line as she takes her 4th attempt, and it rattles off no good. So Ravenel struggling. As Voorhees put on a little pressure after the miss. Shot up no good, loose ball rebound off the window, and it's good. McCrary with the field goal. That's Kyra McCrary. Big time hoop there for the Lions. 5'6" freshman out of Detroit, Michigan. She has come in and made a mark in this opening campaign. Keisha Lucette, of course, that budget expressed no bounds in terms of Paine being able to stretch across America and
pull recruits in. Yeah, Detroit's a hotbed for basketball. I really like McCrary's game. I like to call her the enforcer on the team. She really can impose her will on the boards.
Tried to close out on the shooter, but the shooter is feeling it right now. That's Ty Bunkley. So Bunkley with 3 made threes gives her 11 and ties things up at 11. And there goes McCrary to the rack.
Nice little Smitty from the city, right hand finger roll for McCrary.
And then McCrary comes up with a defensive stand. A fellow freshman showing some love. Maya Beasley in off the bench, sporting the neon green, so she can be seen on the floor here. 2:59 left, just under 3 minutes left to play in the opening quarter.
Yeah, you know the young players now really love the bright colors. We saw the All-Star game last night. Every foot seemed like it was a different color.
I was going to ask you, if you had to debut your sneaker out here at Paine College, what color would yours be?
Ooh, wow. I'm partial to orange.
Wow. That's saying something for a Glen Hill Spartan. Orange would be your color.
I'm like Beasley. I want to be seen.
There you go. There's a 3-ball. Yeah, I knew that about you. Zy Snow with the triple. So that's the 4th made 3. And that's really what's keeping this team in it.
Yeah.
Voorhees, the Tigers, out in front 14-13. 4 additional points by way of the land of 3. 2:08 left as they go right wing corner. Beasley looking to slice and dice. Shot clock down to 3. Beasley recognizes, goes right left side for 3-ball. Back iron no good. Almost a buzzer-beating shot put up there by Stewart.
And with Voorhees being so hot from 3 right now, it's not a good sign for your Lions. They want to control tempo, and 3s make things open up quickly when the team starts hitting a bunch of them in a row.
Had a deflection and a traveling violation underneath. So Paine College putting the clamps on them. Inside of 2 minutes left. Opening quarter, an exciting game as we promised. 2 teams that want to finish up this season strong, building some momentum for next year. There's a steal inside. So excellent scouting on the part of Coach Glover and his defense coming up with the steal there. On the right side, 3 in the air. Glances off the back iron, no good. Loose ball rebound into the corner, and last touch by the Tigers. They brought Nia Marshall into the game.
And the Tigers are extending their defense, trying to speed Paine up.
Beasley, for smallest frame, threw it away, but they missed the bunny. Missed the bunny. Ball tipped out of bounds. Stewart had a chance to yank it, but instead she slapped it out of bounds and disgusted her team's defense, allowing that second chance opportunity. So 57 seconds left.
Now, usually you miss a layup like that, you're running laps at practice the next day, but I think this late in the season, they're just going to be happy to try and get a win tonight.
Bounce pass, right wing, driving, floater up and down. So give that basket to Carl. Aaliyah Carl with that field goal, extends the lead back up to 3. Rebound on the loose ball, put up and down. That was Atibe with that basket.
And that's a good sign. Atibe was the leading scorer in the last game between these two, and getting her in there early and aggressive. She goes again.
No good that time. Shot it inside. Athletic blocked by Bunkley. And now Bunkley trying to run it. She's not just a three-point threat as she spin dribbles. Kicks it out to the free throw line. Jumper in the air. Rebound no good. Ball tipped out of bounds with 1.5 seconds left to go in the opening quarter.
Even though the threes are falling for Voorhees, this is a one-point game. So Paine's doing something right.
Paine is comfortable not getting a shot off in time as they trail by 1 after trailing by 8 early in this first quarter. They're looking good heading into the second, down by 1. This is Paine College basketball on BCSN.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal?
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us for every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan, starting at just $35. All on the network more people rely on.
This is Paine College basketball, brought to you in part by Sanford Lloyd CPA PC. Happy to have them on board for the Lions broadcast this season as they'll close things out with our 23 portion of the 22-23 school year. Sanford Lloyd CPA PC. If you need someone to help you with your taxes, see Sanford Lloyd. 16 to 15 our score after 1 period of play. And how would you assess the play on both sides of the basketball?
So Voorhees has been hot from 3. That's where a lot of their points have come from. It's been Bunkley, which is not a good sign for the Lions, but they're only down 1. Their interior defense has been solid. They've created some turnovers, and they've gotten some buckets on the interior, which has kind of leveled things off.
Wow, the Tigers team is elated by a gorgeous play around the basket. Snow rained that one in. She's got 5 now in the game with an opportunity for conventional three-point play. And she misfires. Brooks has it. She's got 2 points in the game. Left side, 3-ball. McCrary. McCrary says, give me all 3 of those, and she ties things up at 18. Snow running the point duties. Working against a 3-2 zone defense. Left wing, can't leave her open.
She made him pay.
That's the 4th made 3 for Ty Bunkley. She loves the sight lines in this building.
Yeah.
Driving the lane, Caples kicks it open. Wide open look. McCrary front eye with that shot attempt, no good. Loose ball rebound.
So if you're the Lions right now, you find Bunkley and you put somebody on her now.
That shot up, no good. Ball deflected.
She got a good
bounds.
look at it.
Yeah. Ball deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Sherrod. We've got a 3-point game.
Come on, stay in front of them. Get your hands up.
On the dribble and kick. That's an open look from the perimeter.
And right now,
Carl with the triple.
Right now, Carl and Bunkley are just trading threes, open threes.
That was a huge basket there. Bunkley, Carl, and Snow with the points here in this second quarter. As this Paine College Lion team trailing by 6 now after trailing by 1 at the end of the opening quarter. Let's keep it right here and talk a little bit about the upcoming games on the slate for Paine College. The Lions will close out their basketball schedule at Allen University. They'll head to Columbia, South Carolina, coming up later on in the week. And as for Voorhees, this is their final regular season game before they get involved in the CAC Women's Basketball Tournament in Lawrence, Kansas. Friday through Sunday is that occasion, so an opportunity for some of the smaller schools to engage themselves in NAIA championships and advance to that NAIA national event that comes up the following weeks. March Madness right around the corner.
I absolutely love this time of the year. I've always said my favorite sporting event is the college basketball tournament.
Yeah.
No matter what division or conference you're playing in, I just love the competition.
Yeah, everything gets ratcheted up during that time for sure. Coming out of the timeout, the instruction has been given by Keisha Lucette, who sits calmly on the sideline as her team executes. Brooks, bounce pass over the right side to Caples. Caples, the diminutive guard, comes back up top to McCrary. McCrary. As they work against the 2-3 zone. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Caples turns and faces. Picks the shot up off the back iron, no good. Racing for the rebound. It's number 24, Voorhees, as she has it and brings it in the front court.
So if Paine isn't careful right now, this game is going to get away from them. They can't continue to trade threes for twos.
There's a bucket inside, scored by 42. That's Ravenel. So Ravenel, a big who knows her role, gets in there and slices and dices for an easy one. Oh, losing control of the basketball. Now she goes down on the floor for it. That's a held ball, the possession arrow in favor of the Tigers. Coach Glover doing his best John Thompson impersonation over there with the towel on his shoulder.
Looks like that Hoya Magic's working for him right now.
8-point game, 6:50 and counting left to go before halftime. And there's a reach in and a foul on the perimeter. Stewart reaching out and touching somebody.
So I would imagine Coach Lucette is already thinking of some halftime adjustments as we're 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in this second quarter.
Dribble drive and the kick from the perimeter. 3 ball is good. Another one.
My goodness.
In my DJ Khaled voice, another one drops home for Bunkley. So Bunkley with 5 3-pointers, 15 points, all of her field goals coming from distance. And the lead is up to 11. They led by as many as 8 in the first quarter. Now Brooks trying to settle them in. Stewart back up top. Now the drive. Brooks with the floater.
Nice
off
drive.
the window. Jada Brooks, just her second field goal. Brooks with 14 points and 4 boards the first time these two teams met. She needs to get heated up, and maybe she can do it on the defensive end. She and Stewart trying to get their matchups together. Stewart said, let me guard the shooter. Now that gives way for Brooks. Oh, what a drive. Snow trying to put on a show. She drove the lane and put up the shot, no good. And she'll go to the line with the lead at 9, looking to add to it.
You know, what you would like to see is Paine be aggressive on the offensive end also and force the ref to match these calls that they're getting, that Voorhees is getting. There's not a lot of contact that I see, but right now the aggressor is being rewarded.
We have one player, Chris, that we had swiped off for our lineup, but it looks like she's here. Inga
Brooks just connected on that three.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot by Brooks. So Brooks, we talked about her heating up. She's like the microwave is now. She can get baskets in bunches. Perimeter three ball put up no good. Long rebound, and what are the Lions doing? They needed to reach out and grab that. Bunkley. Between the leg dribble, now picks it up. Comes up to the top of the circle, and they'll reset the offense. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Stopping and popping. Rattled off, no good. Rebound pulled out of there. And controlled by the Lions. T-Bay with that big board. Now it's Brooks driving the lane. She gets contact, and there's a whistle, and Brooks will go to the line to shoot 2.
That's what we needed to see. Let's get some drives. Let's get some fouls on Voorhees and get some points from the lines to try and cut into this. Get some points from the points from the line to try to cut into this score by the Tigers.
First time at the line for Jada Brooks. She coolly buries a pair of free throws. Give her 9 now in the game. Got 4 points for Rubio, 3 for Caples, 2 for T-Bay, and 7 in the game for McCrary. The lead is down to 5. They trail by as many as 11, and that's an offensive foul.
Just the kind of sequence the Lions need to get back in this game. The scoring you just listed is a good trend, showing that they are sharing the ball. They just need to cut down on these threes by the Tigers. Strong move.
T-Bay unable to finish. The lead remains 5 as they're looking to press the issue. But excellent defense back there on the part of Pitt.
You're right. Excellent transition defense to stop that. What would have been another open 3 from the corner had she not gotten there.
Shot clock down to 10. Over the top is a T-Bay with the deflection into the corner. 3 ball no good, and Rubio's back on the floor, and she's got the board. Look at the big handling the ball up the floor. Euro step. Shot goes up short of the mark and out of bounds. And let's see, it will be last touched by the Tigers. So the Tigers got a fingertip on it.
Everything looked good except the finish.
Yeah.
But it was a nice Euro step. I think we got away with one there. It looked like it just went out, but Payne's going to retain possession.
So Lions basketball trailing by 5 inside of 4 minutes left to play before halftime. Alongside Chris Martin, I'm Charles McNeil. Your courtside for this Paine College encounter.
I can tell you on that last defensive sequence, Paine really dodged one because Bunkley was wide open for a 3. Her teammate just didn't see her, so I hope Coach Lucette, gets on the ladies now to make sure they do not leave 21.
Maya Beasley, the freshman, now trying to lock down, closing out on the shooter. That's way off. Just let it go out of bounds, and they will. So a 3-point game. The Lions making a feverish run down the stretch.
So I think we found the person we can leave open. That was an air ball there, so let's sag off of her and put some extra coverage on Bunkley.
Cross-court pass is stolen away. Now looking, step back, jumper. No good, rebound, pulled in, bump, and a whistle and a foul underneath.
The Lady Lions have ratcheted up the defense. The transition defense is on point. They're stopping the Tigers from getting these open looks, and their aggression is paying off. They're getting some calls now by these refs.
Kokolov picked up that one. Inga 30-27. Lions trailing by 3 with the basketball. Chance to tie or take the lead from the top of the circle.
That's to tie it up. No good.
Bounce pass stolen away. Lions with 2 Lions down on the floor and 1 Tiger in the vicinity. And the arrow favors PC. So it's Paine College basketball. Brooks will trigger from the sideline.
Lady Lions are really feeling it right now. The momentum is starting to swing. It was kind of sparked by Jada Brooks and what she's been able to do.
Shot up, no good. Rubio grabs it. Had a cutter. Now the perimeter 3 ball. Rattles off, no good. And back the other way they go.
They had 2 good looks, just weren't able to knock them down.
Now they need a little bit more defense. That one was altered. And there's Beasley. Beasley eluding the defender, now brings it to her. Drives a lane, Beasley. Maya a little too aggressive on that shot attempt. The coach wasn't upset about it at all. She wants her to force the issue in transition. Inside of 2 minutes left.
Defense! 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 Defense!
There she is again. Back iron, that one hits the basket stanchion. And it will be a turnover to the Lions. It's the Tigers' shot attempt.
That was great defense by Brooks. She recognizes Bunkley's hot. She closed out on her, kept a hand in her face. Was really aggressive on her.
93 seconds left. Bullet pass into the post. Atibe gets it over to Rubio. Turns and faces. Side rim with the shot attempt. No good. Loose ball rebound. And here comes Bunkley. Front court. That's a moving screen. No call. Bounce pass. And it goes out of bounds. So Bunkley dropping a dime, but her teammate couldn't get change on that one as it goes out of bounds. Marshall.
That was an obvious moving screen right in front of Coach Lucette. She's not happy about it.
Ball's out to play. Rubio had the look. Stewart. Brooks open.
Brooks has been the spark to this run. They've cut it to 1 point now.
Yeah, she has 7 points in this quarter. Jada Brooks, the leading scorer. Dribble penetration, ball deflected. Picked up. 48 seconds left. 30-second differential between shot and game clock. Locking them up. Layup up and down, counted, and a foul.
They had to earn that, though. That was solid defense by Atibe. She forced her man to give it up. Even though the Tigers got the score, they had to earn each one of those 2 points. They felt that.
Alicia Herder, the sophomore 6-footer out of Philadelphia, PA. Misses the 3-point opportunity, so the lead is 3. Opportunity to tie or take the lead here. Lions with the basketball. Pass into the post, Atibe. And a held ball, and the arrow in favor of the Tigers. So Atibe not happy at all with that call.
She's not. She was the leading scorer in the last matchup against these teams. Let's see what happens in the second half. Maybe they deliberately try to feed her the ball to get her going. Don't want to take anything away from Brooks because she's definitely sparking them, but would like to see Atibe get some touches.
Shot clock is off. Ball up top. Wide open look. Bunkley. Strong on that shot attempt. Ball tipped over. Beasley has it. 4 seconds. And in the backcourt, Beasley is fouled. That'll be just the 4th team foul. So Paine will have to inbounds with 3.4 seconds left. Smart foul on the part of the Tigers. stop that momentum. They'll have a chance to inbound here. Stewart will trigger. She stands in the spot that the referee wants her to. After
they're ready. They're ready to go.
2 seconds. Beasley from
that looks good.
Beasley comes up shy
just short
of the basket. Look like some of the guys in that three-point shooting contest during All-Star Saturday. Actually, more like Dame Dollar, and she tried the Dame Dollar shot.
She
right
did
there.
try. Didn't have Dame time on her watch there on that one. It looked good, but just fell a little short.
That's right. So the freshmen will have plenty of time to muster up the rest of the freshman class and get them ready to go in the second half as the Hall of Famer Keisha Lucette will take them back to the halftime locker room. Chris, we watched 20 minutes of basketball here inside the Hill Athletic Complex. It has been a spirited game, three-point game. If you're Paine College, what are some of the things that you liked in the first half, some of the things that you need to work through?
So I really just saw them giving up three-point shots and then made an adjustment to close out on Bunkley and on some of those three-point shooters who were knocking things down at even the game up. They've been great on defense. They've been controlling the boards and cutting down the turnovers like we had pointed out. So, and again, I think if Coach Lucette's going in halftime and thinking of making some adjustments, the one that I'd like to see is the T-Bay get the ball in the paint so she can go to work, get to the line, maybe get these three-point plays, and get the Tigers in foul trouble. That always slows things down, makes Coach pull people out of the game, make adjustments to the lineup, and throws the chemistry off a little bit. So I would like to see that.
All right, and then for Voorhees, they've got a three-point lead at halftime, and your coach, Edward Glover Jr., you've spent a lot of time on the bench. You've gone through, and you were a star letterman, as he was at Calhoun County High School in South Carolina, one of the best programs in that state for many, many years. And then you matriculated, did your undergrad at Claflin in South Carolina State, where you got your master's. Of course, you lettered at Francis Marion, so you know basketball through and through. What are you telling your young ladies how to keep the lead and even up this series as you lost on your home floor just a few short weeks ago?
I would tell my team we've got to match their intensity. The game changed when Paine got sparked by the play of Brooks, her couple of drives, the shots that she's knocked down, and Payne's intensity increased. And I didn't see Voorhees match that. I think their level of play stayed the same. They have been successful in the beginning of the game with threes, and they sort of settled for that. Well, now all of a sudden, the defense is closing out on you faster. You're not getting these open looks like you were in the beginning. So you've got to match that intensity that you're seeing on their defensive efforts with you being aggressive to the basket. They were getting some foul calls, and I think they got away from that later on in that second quarter. If I'm coach, I'm going to tell them, Bunkley, put the game on your back, set the tone, and make this team play and match that intensity. If you've got to yell at some girls to make them play, let's see you do it.
All right. Those are Chris's thoughts. We'll get more of the adjustments heading into the second half in just a little bit. Your leading scorers unofficially, Jada Brooks with 11. She leads the way for the Lions, and Kyra McCrary with 7 points in the game as well. As for Voorhees, they were paced by Ty Bunkley's 15 points and 5 points each for Snow, Carl, and Ravenel to lead the way for the Tigers. So the Lions and Tigers matched up in a great women's game. The men's game will follow in just a little bit as well. And, of course, Chris, as I said, we'll have a whole lot more coming up. Coming up in just a few moments, we'll tell you who the Student Athlete of the Week is for Paine College. So stay with us. This is Monday Night Hoops, Paine College style on Black College Sports Network.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guarantee you, if you went to those players and say, hey, fellas, if we play these two games, you will get cost of attendance. I guarantee you the decision will be unanimous. Coach, let's play them. Let's play them.
Right.
Because the athletes are actually benefiting from it. But it's a two-edged sword. Even though you're playing those games to help those kids with the cost of attendance, you still put them out there. And AD was right. It's just doing it another way. You're still doing the exact same thing.
Well, I did answer yes to it when he posed that question, but then I think I came with something out of the field remark behind it. Because basically I said, hey, $1,000 versus 100, I'm gonna take the 1,000, but yes, I'm still taking one for the team. I believe it is that. But cost of attendance comparable to NIL. It can't. To me, NIL is quick and short term. Cost of attendance is something that could be long term. Wheeler, can you compare and contrast NIL versus cost of attendance, or is cost of attendance something that should be looked at more of doing it? Because Coach Banks, the director of Southern, he came on the show and talked about that's what Southern's trying to do for their student athletes.
I think cost of attendance has the ability to affect everyone, whereas NIL is going to affect only those players that are popular, that are marketable themselves, like starting quarterback, starting running back, your star receiver, or something like that. But, cost of attendance has an opportunity to affect everyone. And so, that's why the cost of attendance to me outweighs anything that NIL can bring to the table. Plus the fact that NIL is not, how can I put it, the longevity factor in terms of NIL is not there, as opposed to the longevity factor in terms of the potential of cost of attendance. So, you're able, in my opinion, you're able to cover more ground if you're able to do cost of attendance than you are NIL, which only concerns itself with a certain number, a limited number of players, that sort of thing.
Yeah, because that's interesting, because you mentioned quarterbacks and they're getting those deals, their name recognition, but without those big guys up front.
Yeah, I mean,
what about O linemen, D linemen?
And these guys are only human. These guys are only human. And at what point in time does that doubt or whatever, jealousy or whatever it is you want to call it, kind of creep in? Here my jersey's getting dirty, and I'm keeping folk up off this guy, and he ain't even buy me a burger last week. So maybe I need to slip and fall on one to kind of who's in charge, who's actually in charge up there. And, maybe he'll start to share the wealth, or what is saying, the Godfather, wet my beak. Maybe he'll a little bit, So it's something that kids, kids nowadays, they think about those things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's something to be thought about, that's for sure.
And we talked about it before, guys, and I will say this: I think it's a tough job, the director of athletics. I mean, they're the CEO of the athletic department. You got to have a good staff put together, and now, guys, with the mindset that we're in now, for us, the sports world, it's instant gratification. There's no honeymoon period. And even whether you're in the SIAC or CIAA, the SWAC, it's kind of different now. It's win and win quickly. How do you combat that?
We are going to be playing Who's Most Likely To? Here with the insanely talented cast of 80 for Brady.
Most likely in any case, it would be Rita.
To do most anything.
Taking this one, he's cute. Who is most likely to sneak into a football game?
Well, you can start by letting us through.
Sally.
Make crack.
Hey, what? No,
come on now.
Who's most likely to break character during filming?
Rita.
How do I do that? Oh, come on. I didn't know it was going to come out.
Who's most likely to dance like no one is watching?
Sally.
Lily runs a close second.
You were so funny in that dance sequence.
Oh my God.
You really had me wetting my knickers.
Rita, don't bring up your knickers again in this conversation.
Let's move on to number 2. Howard Bison. Yeah, those Howard Bison are back to playing for basketball. They're one of the hottest teams out there also with 5 wins, sitting at straight wins, if you would. 12-10, 4-1. Had a major upset at Norfolk State last week, and they continue to roll. 3 first-place votes, 98. They move up 4 spots from number 5 in terms of what's going on this past weekend. So I wanted to make sure you understood that in terms of what took place there. In terms of some of these key matchups. When you look at Morgan State, they lost to Howard, that is sitting at number 2. I wanted to make sure people realize that. 88-56. Now, Morgan State did bounce back and defeat Norfolk State in one way. They pretty much dropped Norfolk State outside of the polls, just to give you some indication there. But guess who's number 1? Maryland Eastern Shore. Hawks. We had
what in the
about this program so long, and they probably rolling quietly getting it done. They're sitting at 10-8, 4-1, and they got 4 first-place votes, not ranked, and jump in the polls all the way to number 1 with 111 points. They take down Central on the road 59-58, and that is after they bounce back and they take down South Carolina State on the road 76-60. Their previous loss in terms in conference play was their first game in conference when they lost to Norfolk State 57-46, but they've run it off since there. They defeated Howard 82-73. Delaware State 68-66. Maryland, South Carolina State 76-70, and just defeated North Carolina Central 59-58, as I said. 4-1 in conference play. That's your new number 1. Take it and leave it. I'm going with you, AD Drew. Woo! I told you I had something fire. I want to see what you say about this one. Get your calculator out. Where's your computer?
I'm almost speechless on this one, Dr. Kabir. Almost speechless. First of all,
you did pause, so you were speechless for a minute. I got you.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that was a very pregnant pause. That was a 9-month pregnant pause right there.
There was no creamies on that.
Yeah. First of all, damn you, Alcorn State. And
Voorhees Tigers with a 3-point lead at halftime, 32-29 inside of the Hill Athletic Complex on the athletic campus of Paine College in Augusta, Georgia. And here is our Student Athlete of the Week. It's brought to you by Sanford Lloyd, Certified Public Accountant, PC. We appreciate him. Sanford and Company do a fantastic job. If you need somebody to help you with your taxes, see our friends at Sanford Lloyd CPA PC. So the Student Athlete of the Week is none other than the Detroit freshman, an outstanding performer as well, and someone who's come off the bench to provide some offense for our team in game 1 of our twin bill. We're talking about Kyra McCrary. She's got 7 points in that first half, second leading scorer on the team. And what does she bring to the table on the athlete side of the student athlete realm?
I like to call her the enforcer. She is the one that sets the tone in the paint. If there's a rebound to go get, she go gets it for Coach Lucette. If there's a steal that needs to be made late in the game, you can always see her around the ball. She likes to pressure the guard so she can guard multiple positions. and then go and get the rebound and advance the ball up the court. So she's sort of an everything type of player, but she's an energy bringer, and I really like to see her when she gets going on the court. She can spark a run for the Lions.
So the Motown Philly making it happen as she takes care of business and gets us exactly what we need, that defensive force, intimidating force as well, and let's hope that she can continue that in the second half. And thank you again to Sanford Lloyd CPA PC for our Student Athlete of the Week. Well, we've got more of those coming in the men's contest. In addition to that, we've got some more fun as well coming your way by way of baseball here at Paine College. Tomorrow is the HBCU Classic. These same two schools will match up in that one. It'll be Paine taking on Voorhees at SRP Stadium, SRP Park, located in North Augusta, South Carolina. So maybe the Voorhees team will feel a little bit more comfortable in the Palmetto State since they reside in that vicinity as well. All right, Chris, we're ready for action. It's the second half of this one. Your leading scorers, it is Tashemia Bunkley with 14 points and 4 rebounds, and Jada Brooks leads the way for Paine College. She has 11 points and 1 rebound through the first 20 minutes of action as Brooks rises and fires. That one is strong. And a loose ball rebound. Lions in that first half, they shot 16 of 19 in the first quarter, 31%, 5 of 16 in the second quarter. That's 31% for 31.4% from the field. As for Voorhees, they were 6 of 14 in the first quarter. That's nearly 43%. 6 of 17 for 35%. That evens out to 12 of 31 for 38.7%. 6 made threes for Voorhees in that first half. 2 of 8 from the free throw line. They'll have to improve on that. Paine 5 of 8 from the line and 2 of 14 from long range. Shot clock winding down. Paine with the basketball. Brooks has it taken away, and the Tigers have it.
And it was Brooks in that second quarter that really sparked the run for the Lions that cut into this lead, and we'd like to see her continue that.
Prairie right on cue with the steal. Steps up to the arc, goes over to Beasley. Good ball fake, up and under move, and Beasley knocks it home. So Beasley improving right in front of your eyes, Lions fans. The freshman coming of age.
And that was a nice baseline drive by Beasley.
Maya Beasley in that first half, she was 1 of 4 from the floor, 0 for 2 from distance. But she did have 3 rebounds off her diminutive form, along with 2 points in that opening half. Paine turned the ball over 5 times. You talked about taking care of the basketball. Only 5 turnovers in the first half compared to 7 for Voorhees. Voorhees watching Paine take the ball to the well. Now they bring it around the perimeter. Trying to get it into McCrary. It's stolen away.
And right off the bat, you can see some adjustments by Voorhees. They've sort of packed it in that zone defense to keep Brooks from driving. That's what sparked her in that first quarter.
The basketball's a hot potato. Nobody can hold on to it, and that's a charge. As the player goes down hard. McCrary out of control on that one.
And that's sort of the good and the bad that you get from McCrary. That's our student of the week there. She can advance the ball. You saw that there. She can push it from coast to coast. But she got a little out of control, but it looks like the Tigers were on the receiving end of that one.
Yeah, that's one of those experiences, will help her out. Having seen that, she's a quick learner. And she stays on the floor. Keisha Lucette not doing the Captain Hook job right there, leaving her on the floor to allow her to learn from her mistake. Very enthusiastic fan base here. With their own unique brand of cheering as the crowd continues to file into the Hill Athletic Complex. Player double team, ball deflected.
That's one of the enjoyable things about doing Paine College games, PC games, is the fan base that comes out. They get into it. They even get into the halftime events. It's always a fun family community event whenever you come to a PC game.
So Voorhees will trigger. They're clad in their white uniforms in case you're just tuning in. On the road, Paine in their dark uniforms, they had the option and chose to do this, having beaten the team, and there's a defensive stand on the part of the Lions. The Lions won the matchup just 3 weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago actually, on the 14th. 63-47 was the final score. They trailed early, 24-22, as they put the biscuit in the basket here. Nice turnaround basket scored by Atibe. So Etowami Atibe out of Dallas, Georgia, knocking that one down. We got the Lions out in front.
That's something we didn't see in the first half, was Atibe getting some touches on the inside. So early on in this third quarter, they've already gone to her a few times and got the payoff there on that one.
And there's a board by Atibe. Shot underneath. That's a whistle. That'll go against Paine College. And that stood corrected. That was Sherrard on that last rebound, not Atibe.
You can see Atibe and Sherrard communicating, letting each other know where they are on the fouls.
Two really good bigs that the Lions have to work with. Team chemistry built over the course of the season for Coach Lucette. Is that jump shot too strong? Rebounded by Beasley. She's ready to run. Beasley controlling the basketball, fins off the defender, now crosses to the right hand. She tries to pass it. No look pass the second time, and it's nearly stolen away. And now there's a reach-in foul, and that'll go against number 23 in black, Caples.
Called that on Caples. The crowd is not happy. Coach Lucette's not happy.
That one belonged to Beasley because she put her teammate in the wrong place, the wrong time. Off that no-look pass wasn't needed. Now she has to lock down defensively, and that's an offensive foul called on Cam Parker. You like Cam, you got a chance to watch her in the first game. She's super quick.
Super quick guard. You saw that there. Lightning quick first step. I think that was maybe a makeup call. So looked like she had Beasley beat to the basket. But we get a foul call on that one.
Yeah, offensive foul called on that one, and Parker's going to have a seat quickly. She was explosive in that first game. Now the Lions with possession and the lead. Lions down low. Layup is up and down. That is Atibe. 2 of 5 from the floor for Atibe. Get that 3 of 6 from the floor for Atibe is answered right back on the turnaround floater by number 10, Snow.
Looked like there was some miscommunication on the defensive side with Mulinex. She just let the Tiger, the offensive player, just drive right past her.
Perimeter jump shot, no good, and here they come with a chance to take the lead, down by 1, driving all the way. That's Snow again.
Wasn't much Brooks could do on that. That was a 2-on-1. She was going to have to foul to stop him. At that point, just let the player go. Give up the 2 so you could keep that foul for later in the game.
So with that, the Tigers back out in front. There's a follow-up off the miss. Putting that one up and down is the Lions' Mullinex. Jada Mullinex, her first field goal, small sample size, just 1 of 2 from the field. Lions back out in front, 37-36. Mullinex nearly coming away with a steal. Turn and face. Now they'll work the ball outside and reset the offense with 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Desperation heave is a brick.
good defensive sequence by the Lions.
Oh, there's a stop inside by Bunkley. Bunkley locking down defensively in the painted area. And we've got the under 5 timeout. It comes with 3:30 left to play, and the Lions up by 1.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
That spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot.
Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
Chopping it up with Chris Martin, Charles McNeil courtside here at Paine College. The home of the Lions is the Hill Athletic Complex, and we've got an interior whistle, which will go against the Lions of Paine College. No, it goes against the Tigers. The Tigers sandwiching up in there, and they'll go with the 2-3 zone off the inbounds. Perimeter 3 ball, high in the air, no good. Rubio keeps it alive, but she knocks it out of bounds. As Rubio trying to tip it back toward herself, but it was pulled out of bounds by the Tigers. And Tigers will hold on to the basketball. The Tigers' largest lead has been 11. Payne's largest lead is 3. 3 ball, Bunkley. They took away one of her threes, that corner 3, early on in the game. We said she had 15 at the break. She actually had 14. So they give her 17, and she's got 5 made threes in the game. Off the missed shot, looking to run to the Tigers. And there's a backcourt foul against the Lions.
And what you don't want to see is the Lions let up on pressure, especially on Bunkley. You've got to close out on her early. Keep that hand up. You know the saying, hand down, man down.
So Paine now with the defensive intensity out of the man-to-man. And blowing right by into the basket, but that's rejected. Ashley Rubio says, not so fast, my friend.
She saved those 2 points because the Tiger player just blew by the defender.
Now at the inbound, pump fake. Left wing, Rubio closing out. They'll bring it back up. Got to close out on Bunkley. Dribble drive, another smooth move for the Tigers. Closing out the shot clock, that was Zy Snow. She's got 6 here in the third quarter. Rubio from way downtown, in and out, follow-up attempt. And the shot going up and did not go down, but Atibe will go to the line. She'll shoot 2.
Tell you what, Coach Lucette's got a problem right now. Snow blew by Mullenix twice on that last offensive sequence, and she's got to make an adjustment on that. If they're going to go to Snow now, and now that they're covering Bunkley, if she's blowing by easy like that, it's going to put your interior people like Rubio, Atibe in foul trouble.
Yeah, only one last line of defense is Atibe's at the line here, first time for the Lions here in the second half. First time for Atibe. She misses a pair of free throws. She still has 6 in the game. So 41 to 37. The Lions down by 4 with 2 minutes left. Dribble penetration and a kick. And that's traveling. Traveling violation is the call. As now Jada Brooks is coming back in. She'll come in for Jada Mullenix.
That's the adjustment that we were just mentioning. So Mullenix, who's played great, but just is not the player to stay in front of Snow. So Coach Lucette decided to put a little more speed on the floor with Brooks and Beasley.
Brooks didn't want the look. Now she'll step inside the lane. Side rim with the jump shot.
I thought Brooks had a good look before that, and she passed it up.
Bunkley. You can't stop her, Chris. You can only hope to contain her. That is her 6th made 3 in the game. She's got 20.
And there on cue, I was feeling that. I felt like Coach Lucette needed a timeout right now.
All right, so your coach, Keisha Lucette, you're a Hall of Famer, and you've done it on the floor yourself. What kind of instructions do you give your young team as to stop this potent offensive threat in Bunkley?
I will tell my team, look, you're taking a punch right now. You're going to stand through it, though. We've already cut into their lead before and taken the lead in this game. We can do it again. We're going to have to communicate. You can't have guards blowing by our defense, penetrating and getting our interior guys in trouble who have to come and cover the block or to step up and get out of rebounding position to stop your man. So we're going to have to communicate. Let's stay together. We'll survive this flurry right now, recoup, and let's go back to the game plan of getting the ball to a T-Bay, pounding it on the inside.
Yeah, when you got a situation like this, I would not be surprised if we didn't see a box and one. Just somebody following Bunkley around all the rest of the game. If you want to play zone and want to rest for some of your defenders,
exactly,
you could always trade off people. You know, obviously Beasley's got a ton of energy, but she's undersized. And then Stewart is a staunch defender. She's a little aggressive. She might be the person I'd put on her just because she's not going to back down. Tight 2-1-2 zone now for the Tigers. To match up. There she is, Turner and facing and knocking it on. Rubio can shoot that way all day long. Ashley Rubio, she's got 6. The lead is 5.
Beasley's doing a much better job of slowing down Snow.
That's an errant pass. Saved and stolen away. Stewart has it. She's got Brooks on the left side. Goes the other way. Underneath. So Jada Brooks was open on the left side. She hit her on the right side. Was Beasley in that corner.
And I'm going to give Beasley credit on that defensive sequence there. She's been able to slow down Snow, who was blowing by Mullenix, but it led to that turnover, which gives the Lions the ball underneath their basket.
Brooks. Make that Beasley on the dribble drive. Got it blocked. Now into the front court. Shot clock is off. Final seconds of the third period. Now the blow-by. Defensive stand by Rubio pulls it off at the buzzer. We played 3 quarters. 30 minutes are in the books. We're inside of the Hill Athletic Complex in Augusta, Georgia. Paine College trails Voorhees by 5.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember they can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft. Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody. Sorry.
Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
From novice to aficionado, find yourself here. High quality cigars plus personal customer service. Slow Burn is Waco's only mobile cigar lounge, featuring a meticulous, curated collection of premium cigars. Visit our website, www.slowburnwaco.com. That's www.slowburnwaco.com. www.slowburnwaco.com.
Come on, pay attention. Put the ball in place and y'all get ready.
This is the fourth and final period of regulation here inside of Paine's Hill Athletic Complex, formerly known as the Carter Gymnasium. And it's on the dribble drive. Nice dribble handoff and the layup attempt put up there by Parker. Parker back on the floor with that foul difficulty.
I mean, she just missed the shot. The crowd saw it. You could hear him talking. She just missed the shot. That wasn't a foul.
Cambria Parker. This is the first free throw. She is yet to score in this game. That's not something you're going to see on a regular basis for Cam Parker. 3 fouls. That's why she sat on the bench for a significant period of time. She'll be able to go the rest of the way. Arrested Cam Parker could be dangerous against the Lions.
She made a great cut. It was a great give and go, but she just missed the shot. Refs kind of bailed her out with that.
There's a defensive stop by the Lions, but on the sideline, the Lions are out of bounds. Excellent anticipation by Halia Carl. Correction by Jada Mullinex. But Mullinex unable to. No, I was right the first time. Carl. Halia Carl on the defensive stop. I'm used to seeing Paine in the white uniforms.
Yeah, it's confusing. It is.
First time they got me, but I won't be disappointed by that one. That's our student athlete of the week. McCrary, count the basket and a foul.
That's the enforcer right there. Put in a little muscle in the paint. When she gets the ball that deep, it's going to be good news for the Lions. She's strong enough to take the defense with her.
And the conventional three-point play goes down. She knows the square root of 9 is 3, no matter how you go about it. And the lead is down to 1 possession, 45-42, loose ball. And Caples with the steal. Hit ahead pass, left side, ball deflected and stolen away. Here comes Parker. Bunkley from the corner. Rebound. Atibe, off it comes. Now the hit ahead pass. Brooks underneath, lays it up and in.
Great play. Tell you what, Parker is quick. She gets up and down the court. Luckily, Brooks was able to connect on that layup, but Parker is a quick player.
Bounce pass into the post. Good positioning. And that's a foul. That'll go against Atibe, I do believe. 8.5 minutes left. 1-point game.
That was solid defense. I'm okay with this foul, putting her at the line. Ball don't lie, like you say, Charles.
So Ravenel at the line, had 5 points in the first half, was 1 of 4 from the free throw line, and she missed that one. And the iron unkind on her second attempt.
So as a player, we know late game situation. Foul 42, put her on the line. She's not a great free throw shooter. If this game continues the way that it's going, if it's going to be a tight possession game like this, and it comes down to fouling, 42 could be a weak point for the Tigers.
So we're on the eve of a basketball, baseball quadruple header between these two schools. As Voorhees brings on fresh substitution. Newbill back on the floor for the first time in a long time. Into the paint. Atibe turns and faces. Her shot comes up short of everything and goes out of bounds. She wanted Atibe to get a touch. She did there, but she was bottled up inside.
Yeah, they did a good job of doubling on her. I think Atibe just needs to take her time, slow down a little bit. If they're going to double you, kick it back out. Somebody's open.
From the perimeter, Parker. Bounce pass. Looking for somebody. They get it in the post. Newbill turns and faces. Newbill changes pivot foot, and she travels. So the pivot foot couldn't keep it down as she was bumped. Newville with the turnover. But her team's still up by 1 as Beasley back on the floor. Out there with Stewart in the backcourt and Brooks. Brooks with the floater. Brooks nails the floater. Paine College back out in front. 46-45. 7:27 left to go in regulation. Turning and driving. The lane. Rejected by Rubio.
Timely block by Rubio. The long arms of the law.
Inbounds. Step through move and a jumper, no good. The loose ball rebound, kicked back in, off the window. That was Inga with that field goal.
Inga McCullough was just in the right place at the right time on that rebound.
There's a strip. Sought that one out in the 2-3 zone, and everybody went for the basketball. Now in the front court, it's Bunkley.
You just like to see Atibe just slow it down just a little bit. That pass wasn't there to Brooks, which means she could pull it back out and reset the offense.
From the perimeter, Parker. Side rim with that one, loose ball rebound and pulled out by Beasley. Maya Beasley into the front court. Left wing pass is Brooks. Brooks drives the lane. Brooks with the dribble handoff. Shot up no good by Atibe, but there's a whistle and Atibe will head to the line.
You love to see Brooks getting the ball. She's a great decision maker. She made the right decision on that one to drive, pull the defense, and get it to Atibe. She didn't get the shot, but she's at the line.
So Brooks a sophomore, Beasley a freshman, Atibe a freshman. The future looks bright for Keisha Lucette.
That's right. She's got some young talent over there. They're getting better every game.
Atibe missed their first 2 attempts at the line, comes back and knocks down number 3, but misses the 4th one here. Followed up by Rubio. So Rubio with 8 points, and the Lions have the lead, 49-47. 6 minutes left to go. Bounce pass into the post. Kick it out to the free throw line. Jumper. Side rim. Extra opportunity. Too strong. Bunkley. No, that's not Bunkley. Teammate. They found the big inside who has been held in check throughout, Ravenel. And Ravenel puts the biscuit in the basket, +1.
She connected on that putback. She has yet to win my confidence on free throw shooting, so hopefully she's not able to connect on this 3 to make it a 3-point play.
That same form going, huh?
Yeah.
Let's find out. 3-point play opportunity. She splashes it home.
Guess I should have stayed quiet.
Yeah, the broadcast is curse in reverse on that one.
The curse reverse. Yeah.
2 of 7 free throws on the day. This is not the media timeout. This is a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Reminding you once again, the HBCU Classic, ladies and gentlemen. You want to be a part of it. It's going to be at SRP Park tomorrow, beginning at 4 o'clock and 7 p.m. That's the doubleheader. Tickets, as I think I saw online, are $7. You'll definitely want to get your tickets fast because this one could very well sell out. Should be a great time had by everybody. My broadcast partner, Chris Martin, headed down to Brantley County, Georgia, as one of our local teams in the city. The Lucy Craft Laney Wildcats will be playing in the state basketball playoffs for a record 35th straight time.
Looking forward to that matchup.
Yeah, Brantley County, a tremendous program. They were actually number 3 in their region, but captured the number 2 spot by upsetting one of their opponents, and Vidalia, who was the number 2 seed in the semifinals, and then they advanced to the championship where Tattnall County. And again, all of those teams that I just mentioned will be playing against teams from our area, the Augusta area, in the state playoffs. So it should be a great time down there in, is it Nahantna? Nahantna.
I didn't try to pronounce it, but yeah, it looks like that on paper.
Nahantna, Georgia. Never heard of it before until this time. There's a lefty layup put up there by the Lions. Follow-up attempt. There's a whistle inside, and there's the lady of the hour, Atibe. And they're going to say before the shot, it's in line out of bounds to the Lions. Oh, my. Inbounds near half court. Stewart has it. 18 on the shot clock. It's Beasley. Beasley thought about the 3, throws the lob down low. Lefty layup is no good, but there's a whistle. And Atibe will go back to the line. She's one of the emotional leaders on her team. She gets fired up, and her teammates follow suit.
This could be the winning formula for Coach Lucette coming down the stretch here. Get Atibe at the line, get the Tigers in foul trouble. She's just got to connect on these free throws.
Yeah, 1 of 4 thus far, make it 2 of 5. So Atibe with 8. And the Lions have tied things up now for the lead. Rattles out, no good. The iron unkind. Parker to the basket. Cam Parker's pass is stolen. Rubio to the floor with it. And they'll say last touched by the Lions.
That was excellent hustle by Rubio. She was actually guarding Cam on the way down the court, who pushed it coast to coast, and she peeled off of her to get into the passing lane to almost come up with that turnover.
.504 left. Ball in the paint. No basket. Fouled by the Lions on the inbounds feed. We're deadlocked at 50. We talk about it all the time. The games that have all the makings of being good when you knew going into this one, based on what we saw, these two teams would be playing well. Inbounds. Over the top. Parker had it deflected away by Rubio. But the Tigers will keep the possession. 18 on the shot clock, just under 5 minutes left to go in regulation.
So I've been watching Cam Parker these last few possessions for the Tigers. She's looking aggressive, wanting to get her teammates involved, but she's so quick, she could drive to the basket at any time.
Jump shot from the perimeter, rattles out, no good.
Parker comes up with the rebound.
Trying to negotiate. The big out of the perimeter. Bounce pass stolen away by Rubio. So Rubio stepping into the passing lane to come up with the strip. Now left side. Oh, Stewart wide open, didn't want it. Beasley didn't either. Now Brooks. Brooks telling Beasley, come out and get it from me. Stewart has it with 14 on the shot clock. Cross court to Beasley, lining up a 3. That's strong. Loose ball rebound, laid up and in. Stewart, her first field goal, gives the Lions back the lead. 52-50, 4:10 left to play in regulation.
It couldn't come at a better time. Wait for Stewart to be alert and in position for that rebound.
Speaking of boards, what a defensive effort that was, but then she throws it away. Ashley Rubio. Rubio, a junior, she's the experienced one in the bunch. She and Jada Mullinex, along with Pitt, providing the senior and junior leadership. Rubio, a junior, Mullinex, and Pitt, the seniors. Not sure if they're 4 years or 5-year seniors, as now they're all set. The lob down low, ball deflected away and stolen by Stewart. Here we come. We got a 5 on floor. They hustle. Right side. Caples drives inside. Caples too hard off the backboard. Follow up. Shot no good. Third try by Brooks. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Tigers. It'll be Lions basketball.
You can feel the intensity picking up in that last defensive sequence for the Lions. You've got Stewart paired up on Parker.
As Rubio splashes home the 3-ball.
That three-pointer is going to spark this deep. Watch how tight they get on defense now. I feel like the momentum is shifted.
That's contact, counted, and a foul.
A little too tight on defense there. They fouled Bunkley and put her at the line.
So Bunkley with 22 in the game. 55-52 is our score. The Lions clinging to a 3-point advantage. Their largest lead has been 5 in this game. And Bunkley coolly burying that one for her Michael Jordan point on Jordan's birth week. And she now has 23. This is game 1 of 2. Caples to the bucket. Whistle means a foul committed. And it's an offensive foul. Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
That had to be on a ball screen. I didn't see we're on the opposite side of the floor, so I didn't see which one it was. As rising up with that jump shot, no good, ball tipped out. Second opportunity for the Tigers. They'll take their time as they got the fresh shot
This is
clock.
a dangerous
now the drive. Inside, rejected, locked up, held ball, possession arrow, Lions.
Great sequence by the Lions. Timely block by T-Bay. She and Rubio have really stepped it up on the defensive end in these last couple of minutes to give the Lions some extra possessions.
Caples into the front court. T-Bay with the ball screen. Caples drives, maybe an extra step. Shot no good. Rebounded by T-Bay. T-Bay, and now a steal on the inbounds. Ball deflected away.
I love the energy from the T-Bay. After she hit the basket, she gives it the small man signal as she runs down the court. She knows that she can take over in the paint these last 2 minutes and 27 seconds. It's hers.
This crowd is loving it as we've got a timeout on the floor. 2:27 left. 4-point game. This is Black College basketball on the Black College Sports Network.
At HBCUs, there's no limit to who we can be. Black and inspired and thriving. Black and magnetic and sing. From the classrooms to the quad, our passion is our purpose. We are leaders and legacy. So when you look at what we accomplish next, you'll know where it started. For who you are and who you want to be, we're here.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit. TurboTax Live.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out Pizza the Hut.
Back inside the Lions Den, this is the Heel Athletic Complex. We're in the Garden City of Augusta, Georgia, where tonight the Paine College Lions take on the Voorhees Tigers out of South Carolina. And in the front court, ball deflected out of bounds. Stewart all over it. She knocks it out of bounds. Visit the Lions Shop by going to www.pclionsshop.com. You'll get your new merchandise and a whole lot more. New merchandise coming in weekly.
I'm so excited. I think I'm going to go to the Lions Shop and get me some Lions gear, some PC gear.
Oh, maybe you can get some. Ooh, ball lost with Caples' name on it. Caples with the reverse shot.
Unbelievable!
Count the basket and a foul.
Unbelievable shot by Cables. She wasn't even looking at the basket. She knew where she was on the court, and she just said, look, I'm going to put it up, try to get it on the rim, and it worked out for her. Unbelievable shot.
Went with the reversal move. We talked about Jordan earlier, his birthday, the 60th birthday for Michael Jordan.
And she wears 23. How about that?
And she knocks down the free throw. We'll take it. So the youngsters coming of age. Caples, another one of those child prodigies, getting it done for Keisha Lucette, the Hall of Famer, working the sidelines. As the ladies had their pink warm-ups on today. Cancer awareness. Big game right here. High off the window. Count it, and a foul. Shot making at its best. Zy Snow.
And you saw right after that shot by Cables, the Tigers bring in Snow, who's been able to get to the basket at will, really against most of the defense. And she makes an incredible shot there to match what Cables did on the other end.
But the Lions still up by 5, pending this outcome of this free throw. Deep knee bend, and it rattles around and finds the bottom. So Snow with 9 points in the second half. She's got 15. The leading scorer is Ty Bunkley, who's been held silent for a while. She's got 23. And then 8 points in the game for Ravenel. Those are your leading scorers in white. Ooh, dribble penetration to the rack. There's a whistle. An offensive foul as goes against the T-Bay on the block out on the perimeter. 4-point game, 92 seconds left.
Looks like that's the second time they've called that offensive foul on a teammate. She's just not holding still, letting her teammate get past her while she holds that pick.
We'll let the pictures speak for themselves on that one.
You can hear it. These have been some tough calls in these last 35 seconds that have gone against the Lions.
This partisan Lions fan base not happy about that one at all. Zy Snow, 16 points now in the game. And Snow misses the second one. So Lions with the basketball. One possession game, up by 3. We got a bunch of ball handlers on the floor for the Lions. Stewart, Caples, Brooks, Rubio, and a T-Bay, the 5 on the floor. The dribble drive to the bucket, wide open. And let's see what the official says after this one. The official running all the way over to the scores table. I think there's a clock issue that they'll have to resolve here. With 49.5 seconds, they'll add 3 more to it, so 52 seconds left. The Lions up by 5, and a timeout called. And it's called by Edward Glover Jr. and Voorhees. The Tigers calling the timeout. They're out of Denmark, South Carolina. They lost at their place back on February the 4th to Paine College, 63-47 after the Lions trailed by 2 at the end of the first quarter. Atibe with 15 points. And then you just got to wonder, well, you knew going in for the last couple of weeks this Voorhees team was thinking about revenge. You know, a dish best served cold in this instance. And they come into this building and they shoot lights out in the first half by comparison to what the Lions shot. And now in the second half, the Lions have turned the tide. What do you think the Lions have planned for this final less than a minute left?
This is going to be a gut win. So you've got the lead now. Still got to watch those turnovers. Now defensively, I think I'm going to still be looking at Bunkley and I'm looking at Snow, and I've got to make somebody else make a decision rather than those two. They have been solid for the Tigers tonight. I got to get the ball out of their hands. That may mean, you may see Cambria Parker driving, which is dangerous too, but I cannot let Bunkley or Snow beat me.
52 seconds left. 5-point game. The Lions on the defensive side. Tigers with the basketball. Voorhees. Parker. Cam Parker with only 1 point in the game. Snow goes right by the defender. Puts it up, no good. Ball tipped back to her. Shot from the perimeter is blocked. It's rejected by Rubio.
Rubio once again.
And they'll reach in and foul. And a good sign for the Lions as it goes into the hands of Stewart, who will head to the line with a chance to make this a 3-possession game. 2-shot foul.
Rubio once again with a timely block. There's a lot of moments in this game that if Paine pulls it out, you can point to say that this is what spurred him to the win. Some of those are going to be some of Rubio's defensive efforts tonight on the boards and with timely blocks. Lions scored 63 at Voorhees a couple of weeks ago, and they missed this one. They still have 63 on the board. So it was 63-47 the final. This time it's 10 more in favor of Voorhees as they're in search of their 9th victory. Paine looking for their 5th, and a season sweep over Voorhees, as that would really set the stage for the men's contest and, of course, the baseball HBCU Classic tomorrow at SRP Park. 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock for that one. Of course, the men's game will start about 20-25 minutes following the conclusion of this one. We'll have it right here for you on the Black College Sports Network. Thanks to Sanford Lloyd, CPA, PC. If you happen to be in need of your taxes, or maybe you're a business owner and you need somebody to help take care of your financial needs by way of your business day in and day out, you couldn't do a whole lot better than Sanford Lloyd, CPA, PC. Make sure you tell them the Mac Daddy sent you. 63-57, 28.6 seconds left. Driving up, Parker pulls up, knocks it home. Parker's first field goal comes with 22 seconds left in the game. And her team trailing now by 4. Quick game reset, both teams with 5 team fouls. Each team with 1 timeout remaining. Voorhees now will go to the line, and they'll have players wrapped around it as we're shooting here. Caples knocks down the first one. Alexandria Caples. 4 points in the second half, 3 in the first. She's got 7 in the game. She is 5 of 6 from the line before that miss. Got a timeout on the floor. 5-point game, Chris. What's the strategy here? Well, it looks like Voorhees has already committed to playing the foul game. They're going to try to extend this game out, get more possessions since they are behind. If I'm Coach Lucette, I'm telling my players mentally, I know you're tired, you may be tired, but mentally you've got to be ready to step up to the line and knock down both these free throws. They can continue to do that. They're going to come out of here with a win. You want to play tight defense, but you do not want to foul these 3-point shooters. You want to contest without fouling. Anything that stops the clock is bad news for the Lions right now. So let's see what they do.
Five-point game, ladies and gentlemen. The time is now. Coach Lucette up off the bench real quickly, making one more adjustment, exactly how she wants to play it. Full court pressure, man-to-man defense, out of the timeout, force them to take up clock. Now the quickness, turned in the corner. Now the dribble handoff, 3-pointer in the air. It's good. Parker knocks down the triple. She's got 6 all in a matter of seconds here in this one. And before they can throw the hit-ahead pass, there's a reaching in the foul. Now is it, what kind of foul is it? Is it an intentional foul? Tigers seem to like the call by the official. Coach Glover wants the rendering on it.
He's working the refs best he can. He knows this call is going to change the game if it goes his way.
All right, so it was a timeout. It was not a foul. It was simply a timeout called as they're still debating this group of officials. It's the official again, demonstrative in her actions.
They may be discussing, did the ball get inbounded before the timeout was called? Trying to figure out where to place the ball now.
Yep, they're going to place it in the front court.
Yeah.
They did allow them to advance the basketball. So Paine will inbound right in front of Keisha Lucette. She's right there in the coach's box, and she's going to back all the way back up to the rack there where she was knocking down shots in her career.
Got to be careful here.
There's Brooks. She's the one they wanted to be fouled. And Parker, I think, obliged. And if not Parker, it was number 11, Carl, who reached out and touched somebody.
As they were setting up the play, you could kind of see that the Lions wanted to throw something away from the basket, maybe even into the backcourt, which you had to be careful. If you give up a steal there, that's going to tie the game up with an easy layup. But they were able to inbound it okay.
So Brooks with 5 here in the second half. She's got 16 overall. And Brooks gets every bit of the rim on that one. Brooks is 6 for 6 from the line. Hit-ahead pass, 4 seconds. 4-point game and a steal. The Lions look like they will hold on with 1.2 seconds left, and the PC Lion fans love it.
They're already throwing up the "it's over" sign.
I remember the old days coming into the old Carter Gymnasium when Ron Spry and company were here. There would be actually keys. Everybody would pull out their keys and shake them back and forth and let them know, warm up the bus. It's time to head back to the house. Ironically, I saw Coach Spry over the last few days at the Region 4 tournament at Westside High School. Coach Spry, now a teacher extraordinaire as he gets his job done. The legend, Caples, knocks down the first and misses the second one. And this one is over. The final score, the Lions 67, Voorhees 62. PC 1, PC 2, PC 3 times as they rocked it. The Lions, look how big they look across your screen. They were victorious by 5. And how did they make this one happen?
It was a great game. That defense really turned it up towards the end. You saw Caples get aggressive. It always seems to be there's some player off of Lucette's roster that sparks a run for him. In the first quarter, it was Brooks. In that second half, it was Caples.
Yeah, when you look at what went down with the Lions, this is a team that fell behind. You know, they were down 32 to 29 at halftime after trailing by 1, 16 to 15. So it was a nip and tuck game, but they trailed by as many as 11 in that first half. Came off the deck, went ahead by 8, and then hung on as this Voorhees team drops to 8 and 19 on the season. Paine improves to 5 and 16, and the biggest win of the year for the Lions is a sweep against the Voorhees Tigers on their home floor. And next up, it's the men in action as we go unofficially through the numbers for you. It was Maya Beasley with 4, Jada Brooks with 17, Ashley Rubio, she finished up with 11, Jada Mullinex had 2, Alexandria Caples, she finished up with 8 points in the game. It was Stewart with 3, Atibe, she wrapped things up with 10, McCrary, our student athlete of the week, she had 10 as well. So again, congratulations goes out to Keisha Lucette, the Hall of Famer, as her team has one more road trip left in the season, as they'll be in Columbia, South Carolina, to take on Allen University. The Lions and Allen will get together this coming Saturday. As for Voorhees, they dropped to 8-19. Coach Glover will have his team ready to go as they close out the regular season in this one, and then they will be in action coming up with their conference tournament this Friday through Sunday. It'll be in Lawrence, Kansas, so we wish them nothing but the best. So for my broadcast partner, Chris Martin, and the hard-working broadcast team led by the producer extraordinaire, Roy Evans, I'm Charles McNeil, saying good night from Augusta.
D2 level. On the D2 level.
Well,
HBCU D2.
have,
Let me specify. HBCU D2 women. There's one team that has a longer streak.
oh,
Tuskegee?
well, that's easy to. Yeah, I mean,
Nope,
Tuskegee?
Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. Tuskegee's only at 6 in a row. It's our forgotten HBCU on the D2 level. West Virginia State. They're the winners of 9 consecutive women.
Nice. Good.
all right, okay.
Yeah. I see you.
All
Drew.
right.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right,
keep
Drew.
that computer
All right.
churning. I like what you're spitting.
Great observation there, Drew, about the records in Division II. That's I want to do a breakdown of looking at people's non-conference later, because that's fascinating when you juxtapose it against Division I, which we know that's a different story, but still, I think it is interesting to look at.
Brian, 11 of the 29 women HBCU programs on January 22nd have double-digit wins.
Nice.
That's over
Good.
1/3
Good.
have double-digit wins. No one is winless.
Nice.
And
I still say
when
20
you add in the
wins
9-win
is a mark.
teams,
I think 20 wins is still an actionable mark that you look at and say,
Oh yeah.
that's
I love that 20.
accomplishment.
I love that 20-win mark. It's still significant, particularly at the Division II level, NIA level. You get to 20. Sometimes at them, they get a chance to get to 25. Really looking good. Right. But at the Division I level, if you can get to 20 wins, you're really doing something. Sometimes that demarcation may need to be closer to 17, 18. But it's something beautiful about that round number when you can put that 20-win mark on there. So I love that you brought that up. Yeah, I love that you brought that up.
And take it one step further, everybody. 15 of the 29 are at 9 wins or better. So over half of our women's programs are at 9 wins or better with 5 weeks remaining in the basketball season.
Let's move on to number 2. Howard Bison. Yeah, those Howard Bison are back to playing for basketball. They're one of the hottest teams out there also with 5 wins, sitting at straight wins, if you would. 12-10, 4-1. Had a major upset at Norfolk State last week, and they continue to roll. 3 first-place votes, 98. They move up 4 spots from number 5 in terms of what's going on this past weekend. So I wanted to make sure you understood that in terms of what took place there. In terms of some of these key matchups. When you look at Morgan State, they lost to Howard that is sitting at number 2. I wanted to make sure people realize that. 88-56. Now, Morgan State did bounce back and defeat Norfolk State in one way. They pretty much dropped Norfolk State outside of the polls, just to give you some indication there. But guess who's number one? Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks. We had
what in the
about this program so long, and they probably rolling quietly getting it done. They're sitting at 10-8, 4-1, and they got 4 first place votes, not ranked, and jump in the polls all the way to number one with 111 points. They take down Central on the road 59-58, and that is after they bounce back and they take down South Carolina State on the road 76-60. Their previous loss in terms in conference play was their first game in conference when they lost to Norfolk State 57-46, but they've run it off since there. They defeated Howard 82-73. Delaware State 68-66. Maryland, South Carolina State 76-70, and just defeated North Carolina Central 59-58, as I said. 4-1 in conference play. That's your new number one. Take it and leave it. I'm going with you, AD Drew. Woo! I told you I had something fire. I want to see what you say about this one. Get your calculator out. Where's your computer?
I'm almost speechless on this one, Dr. Kabir. Almost speechless. First of all,
you did pause, so you were speechless for a minute. I got you.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, that was a very pregnant pause. That was a 9-month pregnant pause right there.
There was no creamies on that.
Yeah. First of all, damn you, Alcorn State. And great run that you have had in this way. But were it not for Alcorn State, Dr. Cavill, do you realize this would have been the first time all season that you would have had every team in your poll not upside down? Alcorn State was the only team in this poll that was upside down. So damn you for Alcorn State for your non-conference record. All you had to do was get one more, and then would have been the first time. Hopefully next week. Now I say this, now next week everybody will be upside down. So you know how that goes. But looking at this Maryland Eastern Shore, I'm still trying to scratch my head on that one, Dr. Cavill.
Four straight. And let me get it straight. Alcorn actually has won 6 straight.
I understand your justification for having Maryland Eastern Shore up there, but I'm supposed to get into you like you got into me. Despite the head-to-head with Maryland Eastern Shore over Howard in the conference opener, I still can't see. I guess this. Howard has more sexy victories than Maryland Eastern Shore.
They do.
So, as a human voter, we all love our sex. So that's the that's why I would have had to go with Howard over Maryland Eastern Shore. Despite Morgan defeated your previous number one. Correct me if I'm wrong. The number one from 2 weeks ago. Norfolk was like number 3 last week, and they now sit. That only got them to number 5, Dr. Cavill. I've got to question that. I think Morgan should have been up ahead of Southern and possibly Alcorn if you consider Morgan's non-conference. Now, conference.
All this East Coast bias.
I'm not doing East Coast bias. I'm really not trying to get an East Coast bias. You asked my opinion. I'm giving my opinion. I'm just throwing out things. If I would have put pen to paper or finger to keyboard,
this really has thrown him off.
I am glad I did not see this before I put this on the screen. That's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead, y'all.
The great Davey Whitney is looking down right now, shaking his head. The Wiz is shaking his head. Alcorn has won 6 in a row. 6 in a row since that early elbow to Jackson State. Landon Bussey is not had. Dominic Bruton is somewhere shooting threes right now. I'm telling you, this Alcorn State team, this is a tough team. Landon Bussey got them. He got them in the right direction. They're trending upward. That was a shocker, the way they started off SWAC play with the loss of Jackson State. But I tell you what, we talking about Howard being one of the hottest teams out there. They won 4 in a row, but Alcorn sitting over there, they won 6 straight. This is a good basketball team that will lock you up on the defensive side of the ball. They play tough man-to-man defense. So I really like this Alcorn State basketball team. The one that really opened my eye this past weekend, Howard destroying Morgan State. That was, golly, I did not see that coming. Yeah. When you talk about beating a team, and then Morgan State flipping that back around and beating Norfolk State last night on ESPN2, it said a lot to me about this Howard basketball team. But I probably still would have had Alcorn in front of them, despite the upside down overall record.
I did want to talk a little bit about bowls, and people have asked questions about the Celebration Bowl in terms of the payout. What does that look like? Just to give you updates there, you're talking about $1.2 million payout in terms of the bowls that go to the conference. A percentage of that goes to the institution, depending on the split. 75-25 for the SWAC, 70-30 in terms.
Monday Night Hoops continues inside of Paine College's Hill Athletic Complex. Charles McNeil and Chris Martin courtside for you. Roy Evans, our talented producer, and an all-star production team assigned to this one. It is Paine College taking on Voorhees and the Tigers in Game 1 of our twin bill. It was the Paine College Lady Lions victorious, picking up win number 5 on the season as they were victorious 67-62, getting it done with multiple players at double figures, including Jada Brooks, Ashley Rubio, Alexandria Caples, Adewami Atibe, and Kara McCrary, all of them registering double figures in this game to help pull out the victory. We'll dive deeper into that one a little later on, but right now it is time for Kirby Marshall's team to show what they're made of, looking for their 3rd consecutive victory. Chris, you did the homecoming game. They took care of the University from Virginia at Lynchburg, 100-63, a devastating performance and an all-around really high-quality opponent that they were able to really do away quickly.
Absolutely. That was their first time going over triple digits for the season. And, looked really good. It started out slow in that first quarter. Looks like they, might have come out with a little bit of low energy, but that second half was full of high-flying antics from Quentin Jackson on the receiving end of some alley-oops. Usually he's dishing them, but he was on the receiving end of some great highlight plays. So I expect to see some more of that tonight against this Voorhees team.
Yeah, we're talking about Kirby Marshall's team. 8-14 is their overall mark, but not indicative of how they play inside this building, where they're 6-3 on their home floor. What's the difference between a team that plays well plays maybe better at home than they do on the road?
It's just a point of focus. So when you've got a team like that who gets away from distractions, out on the road, sometimes that focus can really that focus level just increases when you're out on the road and there aren't that many comforts of home sort of distracting you.
All right, so let's ask you now the keys to victory for the Lions.
So the keys to victory tonight, one of my favorite players as I've been covering these games has been Nate Adams. I like to see Nate with a double-double. I'm so comfortable in Paine leading to a victory when he's active not only on the points but also on the boards. Then they're going to have to cut down the turnovers, and then I would love to see some some quick scores, getting into their shots quickly, getting into their offense quickly to get ahead of this team. They played well with a lead, and that's what you like to see from your Lions. Get out on this team early and just turn it up from there.
All right, so the Lions starting lineup coming out here for the first time on the floor. Jacoby Williams, the 6'3 sophomore from Jacksonville. Quentin Jackson, the 5'10 sophomore from Jacksonville. Elijah Greer, the 6'4 freshman from Atlanta, Georgia. Nate Adams, the 6'5 sophomore from Jonesboro, Georgia. And number 11, Calvin Johnson, the 6'5 sophomore from Jacksonville, Florida. So it's a mostly Floridian-based starting lineup for Kirby Marshall. And the ball is tipped and controlled by the Lions. That is Jackson, their leading scorer, explosive guard who can do it all. Chris mentioned able to leap out of the building plus knock down some threes. A three-level score for the Lions. Dribble handoff as the shot clock winds down inside of 10. Driving the lane. There's pressure. And there's a steal. Back the other way. The Tigers have their pocket picked. Front court. Driving. Got in deep. Good dump down low. Now the reverse jump shot put up and down. A little short jumper from 2 feet away. Nate Adams. And we got a steal to the bucket. The right hand comes up no good. And back the other way come the team clad in gray. Voorhees knocks down their first shot attempt in the game. That's Jordan. Make that Julius Phillips. So Phillips, the forward, 6'6" junior out of Philadelphia, with the first field goal.
So you saw early there, they go to Nate. Nate gets 2 points on the board quickly. Good sign for the Lions. That shot from Phillips looked very good, though. He looked very comfortable shooting that. So I would keep an eye on him out on that wing.
Big guy is Malachi Johnson, 6'9". He's got the ball out on the perimeter. Passes to Julius Phillips. Phillips, mid-range. Misses everything, and that's a shot clock violation. So the Lions, and now the officials will have a conversation. Did it touch or did it not touch?
Clearly didn't touch the basket. He may have wanted it to, but that was that clearly didn't hit the rim.
They said it did. Inbounds. Dribble handoff. That's Jordan Blue. Looking for his wing player coming around on the curl. That's Ford. Ford's jump shot no good. Loose ball rebound. Pulled out by the Lions. Greer. Dribble penetration, gets in the paint. Greer elevates, puts it up. It's rejected inside. And now here come the Tigers. The Tigers have numbers. 3-on-2. Jumper, perimeter, rattles out, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Jacoby Williams, and there's a whistle. And they're going to give it back to the Tigers again.
Now that's twice Malachi Johnson has imposed his will in the paint when Paine has been driving. Like you mentioned, he's a big frame, long arms.
Christian Ford. Ford to the basket. Gets it to drop over the top. It's another one of our friends with the neon sneakers. Bringing his attention to himself with his game as well as his footwear. He scores the bucket and a foul.
Definitely wants you to see him drive to the basket, I can say that. I mentioned earlier, I'm a little partial to orange, so I'm not going to hate on the young people for the bright colors.
All right, 6-2 is our lead. The Tigers out in front. Bring the ball to number 5, Nate Adams, to the basket. Nate Adams on a rack attack.
And that's why he's one of my favorite players.
And I got a traveling violation in the backcourt. To give the ball back
Charles, you mentioned the bright color shoes. I don't know, in my day, Coach made us all wear the same shoe.
Yeah.
We didn't have a choice. So.
That's right. From the perimeter, jump shot, high in the air. Certainly had to be the same color.
Exactly.
Not the same shoe. Of course, I preceded you, and we played. Show you how old I am. We were wearing Converse, the original Converses, not the leather cons. We wore the Chuck Taylors.
The Chuck Taylors. Yeah, I do remember those. I remember going to gym class. If you did not have your shoes with you, they gave you a pair of Chuck Taylors to put on. Mm-hmm. The off-white ones that they had been washed like 100 times.
Yeah. Someone had left them probably on somebody's, back in my neighborhood, left them on the power cord on the wires outside. Someone bold enough to knock down a three like that can wear whatever he likes. Nate Adams with the triple. So Nate Adams 7, Voorhees 6. You were right on the spot with your analysis of Nate Adams as being one of your key players. He's gotten off to a fast start. Yeah, Nate has been great the last few games that I've covered for them. When he's been aggressive on the boards and looking for his shot, the Lions have played well. Looks like Williams is a little gimpy there. Might have turned his ankle on that drive. Kobe Williams, that is. As he will walk right over to the bench and tie up that shoelace extra tight. He's got the ankles already wrapped coming into this game, but he ran up against that end line where there's not a lot of room past the basket.
But back to Adams, he's extremely versatile. He can shoot, drive, long arms, makes him a great rebounder. A bad sign for the Lions if Williams is not able to be 100%. He's their outside threat.
Perimeter, deep three, and it's good. Nate Adams said, give me all three of those. He's got 10, all 10 of the Lions' points. 15:32 left to play as they go into the front court. That's Ford got the ball wrestled away. His teammate regained possession, and it's stolen away by Quentin Jackson. Jackson bobbled the basketball, now he has it. Picks up the speed and quickness. Left side, another open look. That was Cole Taylor off the bench for Coach Marshall.
And Nate Adams has gone early to his Superman cape. No need to step in the phone booth. He showed up today with his cape on. Let's see if he can continue this hot streak for the Lions.
Julius Phillips knocks that one home. So all three field goals scored by Voorhees have been from long range. They've taken basically a little bit of script out of the book as that one. Can he get it? The volley, he will! Oh my goodness! Step back three. And some lingerie on the deck.
It is the Nate Adams show early here in the Lions Den. He's done it all.
He's literally done it all. Nate Adams with all 13 of his team's points. Loose ball to the floor. The big fella loses it. That's rejected and picked up and brought out into the front court. Dribble handoff. Taylor looks for somebody. Nothing available. Loses his dribble. He kicks it out in the wing. Picked up. Give it up. Jackson for three. Here come the Lions. 7-point advantage by the Lions. Rosario, right side, Ford, inside, jump shot, knocked home by Phillips. So Phillips has 8 of his team's 11. Back comes Jackson. Jackson on the four-rate to the hole. Jackson takes it in and hits the floor hard. Comes back with a couple of words, choice words for the defenders in there, the bigger, stronger defenders of the Tigers. As we've got a timeout on the floor. The under-16 timeout comes with 13:09 left. And it is the Lions out in front by 5 on Black College Sports Network.
When you work in IT, complaints are part of the job.
Bill says the coffee's weak today.
But since CDW helped us switch to Mac, everyone's happier. Dan from finance likes getting performance without a big price tag. Phoebe digs the power of the Apple M1 chip. Mac is easy to manage, compatible with all our apps, and came pre-configured by CDW. Now we're even getting compliments.
That was Bill again, says he loves his new Mac. He's right about the coffee.
Hey, babe, meet us at the bottom of the trail.
Oh, man.
Hey.
Open up. The redesigned Chevy Silverado with a sophisticated high-tech interior.
Open the door.
It's easy to forget it's a truck.
Thanks.
Nice truck. It was. Find new style. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
It's like a loot machine. Coach Kirby Marshall and the brain trust of the Lions preparing themselves after the under 16 timeout that came 3 minutes late. So we got another media timeout coming up in just a little bit as Quentin Jackson heads to the line. He's the only player not named Nate Adams with points on the board for the Lions thus far as he knocks down the free throw. Mentioned he's the leading scorer on his team, averaging better than 15 points a game. What do you like about Quentin Jackson's game?
Oh, he is lightning quick, surprisingly athletic. The guy's explosive. As I mentioned earlier, he's been on the receiving end of some alley-oops. So when you match up against him, although you may have a size advantage in some positions, he makes up with his athleticism on that.
There he goes right there, showcasing it. If he had come away with that one, I was going to leave you to broadcast the rest of this game. That guy put on his Superman's cape and leaped, ready for the long jump.
Yeah, he surprised a lot of fans homecoming. I believe he's on the end of 2 alley-oops, on the receiving end of 2 alley-oops. So he did his Mac McClung impression at homecoming.
No doubt. There's a 3 ball from the elbow. That one knocked home by Julius Phillips, who's hit their version of Nate Adams. He's got 11. He's got 11 of his team's 14. And Adams at 13 of Paine College's 17. Calvin Johnson. Johnson checking out of the game as he picked up the personal there. So the Tigers.
Some miscommunication on that one. Threw the ball out of bounds. And it looks like Voorhees is going to put Phillips on Adams on the defensive end to try to slow him down.
Low pressure. Broken by the Tigers, and they drive. And the kick out to a reserve who goes back door for the reverse that's swatted. Hit a head pass on the wing. Behind the back pass, left wing, wide open, Jackson.
Great block by Greer. Great block by Greer that led to that wide open 3 for Jackson.
Jackson with 7. 20-14. That's backcourt. Caught it in the backcourt.
So far, I'm very pleased with this officiating crew. I believe in the ladies' game, there were some calls that I definitely didn't agree with, and I've got the fans here to prove it. But this crew here, they're on top of things right now.
Inside of 12 minutes left. Down the drive. Jackson accelerates, kicks it out to the elbow into the corner. Taylor. Ball tipped, loose, picked up by the big inside of the Tigers.
Jackson is so fast with the ball. He can change directions on a dime.
Quick twitch jump shot put up no good. And the ball is tipped, and they say last touch by the Lions. So just after you gave the compliments to the guys in the striped shirt,
you know,
the broadcast is cursed again. You're a young broadcaster. You're learning on the fly here.
I'm going to give him a break on this one so far. That's one bad call to like 4 good ones, I think, right now. So they're up, but who knows? It may change before the end of the game.
Just don't say the game's going to be a fast-moving game. That's one of the things you don't want to mention either. Give you a little take as you get ready for the state playoffs tomorrow in high schools as that basket is scored, counted, and a foul. That's Tyler Willoughby. Willoughby out of Powder Springs, the junior. Back in his home state. Surprisingly enough, this Voorhees team with only 2 members from South Carolina on their roster and a bevy of players from Georgia. Ten players on the roster from Georgia, only 2 from South Carolina. 20-17, they cut the deficit down to 3. Dribble penetration by Jacoby. He kicks it, and now Jackson to the bucket with the floater. No. Front court, drive, extra step, no whistle.
Yeah, he packed luggage for that drive to the basket, all the steps he took.
Dariante Foster, definitely an opportunity to maybe make your all-name team, Chris. He's in the lineup, number 12.
Yeah, let's see if he plays well, though. You know, I can't call you out for your name if you don't give me a good game.
There it is. He just knocked it down.
I need to just be quiet.
Dariante with the field goal, 6'8" junior out of Dublin. So he's in the part of the CSRA, back home again. 40-19.
You had mentioned the range of where these players are from. Just goes to show how strong both teams go out and recruit. You know, you see players from Florida, from Detroit, from Pennsylvania, from Memphis, Tennessee. You know, hotbeds of basketball. They're able to go and get these players and get them to come and play at these schools.
Right now, nice step back jump shot. A good defense, locked down by Taylor. Hit ahead pass. They're running to the bucket, off the window, counted, and a foul. That's Calvin Johnson, a.k.a. Megatron, who made that one work.
He had to go through a lot of traffic to get that one to lay up and in. But good play by him, good athletic play by Johnson.
CJ will be at the line when we return. We've got 9:31 left to go. Media timeout on the floor. The Lions up by 3.
I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire.
Crypto is complicated, but as a tax expert with crypto experience, you can hand your taxes off to me. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit. TurboTax Live.
T. Madden and Associates is a sophisticated and experienced law firm located in your neighborhood. We're turning injury to cash.
T. Madden and Associates obtained almost $2 million for my injury. They turned my injury to cash.
Now, we can't guarantee how much your injury is worth, but we've recovered millions for our clients. Call T. Madden and Associates at 833-PAID-123. That's 833-PAID-123.
Pizza Hut stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Calvin Johnson at the line for the Lions, who lead by 3. Takes care of the conventional three-point play. He becomes the 3rd Lion on the board. Nate Adams and Quentin Jackson with the lion's share, no pun intended, for PC in this one. Willoughby gets it down low. Foster works it around and make it happen.
Foster, that's the kid from Georgia. That was a nice step back, great footwork. He's got some good size on him too, so he could be a problem in this game here if he continues to do moves like that.
Jackson. Now the drive, up and under move. Shot comes up short, ball tipped and controlled by the Tigers. Wyndham. Now a drive and a kick. Bring it up top, and Wyndham has it again. Foster with another step back. So I think he just officially made your all-name team. Dayreontae. D-A-Y-R-E-O-N-T-A-E. Dribble into paint, and Jackson was moving. They're going to call him for a reaching foul.
And I tell you that Dayreontae Foster, that D should stand for don't leave him. He's made two incredible plays, one in the paint, one outside the paint. He's got a silky smooth jumper. He's got size on him, and he's feeling himself right now. So Paine needs to make some adjustments.
With that field goal by Foster, the Tigers have their first lead in this game. Bryce Wilson gets in the scoring column. Wilson, a 6'4" guard. Just a sophomore out of Decula. So Wilson tickles the twine that is, twice. 26-23 is our score. It is the Lions trailing the Tigers of Voorhees. Whirling dervish on that one by Nate Adams. And Adams, I think that's his first miss from the floor in this game.
But the Tigers have been able to erase that hot start by Adams with some great play from their bigs.
Nate's rooting section is large and in charge inside the Hill Athletic Complex. Right-handed shooter, spins it. Drops the first one home. That Jonesboro program in which he comes from is the same program that Buck Harris, the former Augusta University and Laney head coach, Augusta University assistant, of course, and Laney head coach, worked with before leaving the Augusta area. Euro step and a bucket. Willoughby. Jackson likes the assignment of a taller defender, drives by him, explodes to the hole and scores.
Jackson is he's too quick. He's a tough guard for any player.
Oh, that's a trip out on the perimeter, and down goes Frazier. In the person of Bryce Wilson.
Yeah, anytime you get Jackson out in space, if I'm the defender, I'm already sweating a little bit because this guy can go right or left on a dime. He's that quick.
He puts the defenders on skates. It might be roller skates on an ice floor. There's a defensive stop, but no. Official on the perimeter says that's a foul registered against Paine College's Elijah Greer. So the freshman out of Atlanta, picks up the personal foul, and that is the Lions' 5th team foul.
I was giving the refs credit early in the game, and now they have run out of credit. The bank is closed, so they need to get some calls right here for the rest of the game, because things have not gone well for Paine these last 2 minutes, and things have sort of turned.
So Willoughby knocks down a pair of free throws, Chris. He's got 4 points in the game, and the lead is now the largest for Voorhees at 3. 30-27 is our count. 6:30 left to play. Jackson. They passed the ball inside. It was behind the intended target, Nate Adams, and went cross court out of bounds. Adams listed at 6'5". Looks a little bit taller. Maybe that was the start of the season for him, as that shot is up no good, and then they say the rebounder was on the end line. That was Greer. So Greer stepped out of bounds, which will give the possession back to the Tigers as we have the under 8 timeout with 6:07 left to play. It's the Lions trailing the Tigers of Voorhees 30-27 on Black College Sports Network.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
Verizon just gave us all a brand new iPhone 13.
We've been customers for years. I thought new phones were for new customers. We got iPhone 13s too, switched to Verizon 2 minutes ago.
Ours were busted, and we still got a shiny new one.
Check it out. So wait, everybody gets the same great deal?
I think that's the point.
iPhone 13 on us. For every customer. Current, new, everyone. On any unlimited plan.
Paine College basketball is brought to you in part by Sanford Lloyd CPA PC. Appreciate him for being on board with us as that basket splashed home. And now a throwaway by the Lions. Nate Adams trying to get it back for him. Tigers rising and firing and drilling it. Back-to-back field goals for Julius Phillips. 2 threes in a row by Phillips extends the lead to 8.
Phillips hit a good-looking 3 early in the game. Was the Tigers' first bucket, and he shot that with confidence. So I'm not surprised that he's comfortable in that corner.
Julius Phillips has 17 of his team's 35. He's got 5 made threes along the way. Doing his best Bunkley impersonation from game 1.
Exactly right. They must do shooting practice together because they're both hot.
Yeah, Taishima Bunkley was on fire, 6 of 10 from long range, 8 of 13 in the game. She had 23 points and 8 rebounds along with 2 blocked shots, turning the ball over 6 times in a losing effort. As silencing the crowd was that jump shot off the window.
That was Greer with a nice move in the basket. Looked like he had nowhere to go. Couple of spin moves, kept that pivot foot down, and was able to get a clear shot at the basket.
Dribble penetration, and there's a reach in and a foul. Good defense until that reach. So that foul will go against Jacoby Williams. As Quentin Jackson will check out, and it looks like everybody's checking over to the sideline. This is not a media timeout. They just had the under, so we'll keep it right here. Talk a little bit about tomorrow, Chris, where you'll be on the road covering a local team here, Laney High School, the historic black high school in the city. And everybody's got a Laney story in terms of Lucy Craft Laney, the educator who started the school back in the 40s to provide education for blacks that wouldn't get an opportunity to otherwise. What's your Laney story?
Absolutely. Everyone's got family ties. If you're from the area, you've got family ties to Laney. So my dad, a lot of his cousins, they all attended Laney, graduated from Laney. So there's a lot of pride in my family for Laney. Although I'm a Glen Hills graduate, we like to poke fun at it. But one of the things that no matter what school you go to, it's a point of pride when you get to play Laney and you get to try to get a win against them. And when they go outside the city to represent Augusta, it doesn't matter, again, where you're from. We all cheer for them. So I'm looking forward to watching them play Brantley County tomorrow and being at that game.
Yeah, while you're at that game, we'll be here doing baseball action as Paine College has the HBCU Classic, as they'll take on Voorhees in baseball on the diamond. Kirby Marshall, the men's basketball coach, is also the head baseball coach for the Lions, so doing double duty in season. We'll get a chance to kick it with him and learn more about his team tomorrow morning. I've got a conference call with Coach at 8 o'clock, and so bright and early in the morning we'll get some insights into the baseball team. We encourage you to tune in right back here on your PC Lions channel on the Black College Sports Network, where you'll have an opportunity to see the baseball team in action as they'll take on Voorhees in doubleheader action at the Green Jackets Park. That's the Braves Single A affiliate. So you remember how well the Braves played a couple of years ago when they won it all. Opportunity for you to see them again shining brightly with their fine facility, and the Lions getting the benefit of that game. So tell your friends in the Augusta area, come out and support it, as it should be a packed house for our doubleheader.
That's a beautiful baseball park. I am so happy for Paine College to be able to play a game over there, and I hope that the players and all the fans really go out and take that in.
Jump shot knocked down by Quentin Jackson. So out of the timeout, Jackson gets back on the scoring column. That's his second 2-point field goal, along with 2 3-point field goals. That's 11 now for Jackson in the first half. 14 for Nate Adams, 11 points for Quentin Jackson, and pressure for the Lions. Into the front court they go. To the foul line and nearly thrown away. Bryce Wilson, dumps it down low. Back to Wilson for 3. Side rim with that attempt. There's no chance at the loose ball by Foster as it goes out of bounds.
And it looks like Jackson bumped knees with one of the Tigers players, but he's been able to shake it off. Hopefully that didn't slow him down. His speed is definitely his weapon.
Find out step back jumper, 2-point jumper, rattles out no good. And rebound by Foster. Throws it back to the backcourt. Stolen away by the Lions. They got a man wide open underneath. Layup is up and down. Count it. +1.
Awesome sequence by the Lions to get the steal and the bucket and the foul.
Calvin Johnson, aggressive to the 10. Got it in there.
So the lull the Lions had was on defense these past few minutes, but they've cranked the pressure back up. They've generated some turnovers and gotten some easy buckets out of it.
And the conventional 3-point play goes down for Calvin Johnson. He's got 2 of those so far in this game. 6 points overall, and it's 35-34. The lead is down to 1 on the right wing. Can't put it on the deck again, so he dumps it down low. Backdoor feed and a missed dunk. Ball tipped and controlled by the Lions. Nate Adams kept it alive, and now Quentin Jackson with it. He goes right side. Thought about the 3 ball, did Williams. Williams ushers Jackson away. He'll try to take his man. Gets the ball screen. Goes right instead of left. Kicks it out to Jackson. Jackson on the fake. Kicks it out. Extra pass to the corner, and it's stolen away. 2-on-1 break back the other way. Racing to the hole. Lefty layup is up and down.
And that was another good sequence. They just didn't come up with points. And the Tigers have turned that into an easy, fast break.
Willoughby with the field goal, 6'3" junior. Out of Powder Springs, Georgia.
On the sequence before, Phillips goes in for the dunk, and he got blocked by the rim.
Nate Adams just got the rug pulled out from under him. Reverse move, no good. And Adams is ahead of the field. 2-on-2. Now 3-on-2 as they hustle. Shot off the window, no good. As Williams wanted the field goal, couldn't get to the bucket in time as there was a foul on the floor.
Fans wanted continuation on that, but that definitely came before the shot.
So 1-and-1 situation. That was the 7th team foul against the Tigers. And he knocks down the first.
Both teams have turned up the defensive intensity.
Elijah Greer is at the line. 6'4" freshman out of Atlanta. He's got 4 in the game. And the Lions trail by 1. As we near the 2-minute mark. Greer trying to lock down the ball handler. Takes the ball inside, goes off the window with the one hand. Willoughby now with 6.
That was a tough shot by Willoughby. I like that Jackson stepped up to play defense, but Willoughby did the right thing to pull up for a jumper off the glass.
Nate Adams hadn't had a shot in a while. Dumps it down low. Jump hook comes up short. Alvin Johnson unable to knock that one home. 3-point game. Just under 90 seconds remaining. Turn in the corner. 3 ball up, no good. Now a break. Don't have numbers, but Jackson doesn't mind. Jackson with the left hand hits the floor hard, and the ball just deflected out. Good defense by the Tigers there.
He's great at drawing fouls. Great at drawing fouls. He's quick. He's too fast for the big men to guard. You will be concerned, though, the way he hits the ground. You just don't want to see him get injured. He's taking a lot of punishment, but it's effective.
Wyndham back on the floor, as is Joseph. Mari Joseph, 6'7", sophomore, out of Veterans, Georgia. And when he's not playing basketball, he doubles as a custodian there, cleaning up the floor.
And the fans give him a little round of applause there for cleaning up.
So Mari Joseph handling business to make sure this floor stays safe for everyone. They get it. Adams turns and faces at the free throw line. Back iron with that shot attempt. Still a 1-possession game inside of the final minute of the opening half of basketball. Elevate, shot up, no good. The tip, no good. Third try, no good. Joseph fighting for it, can't make it work. But he'll have an opportunity to earn points at the free throw line.
The refs bailed him out with that call. I think he just missed it. You got a guy with that size who can't get a putback over smaller players. I'm not sure I would call that contact.
Mari Joseph becomes the 6th Tiger to reach the scoring column. Paine has been efficient with just 4 scores thus far. Makes a pair. So Joseph has 2, Wilson with 2, 8 for Willoughby, 7 in the game for Foster, 3 for Ford, and 17 for Phillips for the Tigers. 5-point game. Lions put the ball behind their back. Ball tipped. Williams double teamed, and he calls a timeout. They'll have it with seconds left to go on the shot clock after we come out of the timeout. 25.9 left on the game clock.
Yeah, Williams got stuck over there in the corner. They trapped him. He didn't really have anywhere to go and a clear line of sight to make a good pass, so he had to call that timeout to prevent the turnover. And I'm not sure if that tweaked ankle is bothering him. It doesn't look like it, but he, again, is not choosing the drive when he has some clear lanes, so may feel a little tenderness on that ankle.
So, ironically, as you talked about ankles, they played a little James Brown, get off the good foot.
We'll see if Williams can get on the good foot. He's known to knock down some threes, get hot. Now that Nate Adams has sort of cooled off, maybe we can find some points with Williams.
7 seconds left. Oh, Jackson in trouble. Turns, can't get it off. Jump shot on the way. It's extra opportunity. They can back it out if they want to. No, they'll pull up. Free throw line, no good. Could have taken it all the way down for a final shot, but instead the jump shot came up short by Johnson. 5 seconds. 3 seconds. Ball deflected. There's a steal with 2 seconds. Half-court heave at the buzzer. No. And the first half has come to a close. So we played 20 minutes inside of the Hill Athletic Complex, and the PC Lions trailed the Tigers of Voorhees by a score of 41-36. Your thoughts about what we've seen over this first 20 minutes of action?
I'm a little concerned. I liked what I saw in that first quarter. So Nate Adams comes out. He's hot. He's doing exactly what we would like to see him do. He's on his way to an explosive first half, and then things just sort of cool off and fall apart. The Tigers focus in on him. We did find some scoring with Jackson, but you want to see the rest of the team sort of contribute to sort of take some pressure off of Nate Adams, allow him to get some open looks, and just haven't seen that yet. They fought back with some great defense to slow things down for the Tigers. And then on the Tiger side, you've got Phillips, who's just been blazing. Great footwork on the inside, nice shots from the outside. And then, of course, Foster, the Dublin product, nice footwork, and obviously is able to hit some threes. So I'm not quite sure what I'm feeling Paine needs to do now, other than find points from Jackson and find ways to get Adams open again and get him touches. He sparked him earlier, and I just feel like that's what they need to do.
I think it's kind of cool in HBCU land. We talked about all the great stuff that happens around HBCUs, and here's a great opportunity for fans. Underneath the basket, there's the Lions and Tigers cheerleaders going to take a group photo. So we'll get a chance to take a look at them as they get set up, something that they'll have for all posterity, and can look back on 20 years ago, 20 years from now rather, and remember what it was like to visit the Heel Athletic Complex on a big Monday in college basketball. And the Lions cheerleading group, a lot smaller than we've seen in recent years, but of course Paine is still coming back better than ever. It's, again, an awesome performance by the Lions players as they get special recognition. Kirby Marshall, their head coach, as they are part of the senior night festivities. This is the final game, so we'll keep it right here and let you hear a little bit more about the seniors for the Lions.
And I know as a coach, anytime it's been senior night, especially if you spend a lot of time with those players, it's emotional for you too as a coach, knowing that their college career is coming to an end. Some of them go on to play in other leagues or overseas, or just move on into the working world. But it's a phase or a chapter of their life that comes to an end that you two have both shared, and it's emotional even for the coaches. I've been in situations like that when I've coached in high school And, you know, you're close to tears sometimes because you've just grown so close to those players and you're so happy for them. You've seen them grow over the years that they've been with you, and just proud of the person that they have become as you watch them just overcome adversity on the court. And sometimes you're close enough to know the adversity that they have in their lives that they've overcome.
Athletic Director Selena Kahn down there. Coach Marshall as well.
Let's give them a big PC 1 time, PC 2 time, PC 3 time.
There you go. That's awesome.
That's beautiful. That is.
Yeah, one guy still in uniform, DeJuan Lockett, joined out there by a couple of the other seniors. Part of this program and part of the return to basketball. You know, we had the pandemic, the global pandemic that stopped a large portion of the 21 season. Teams that did not get a chance to participate at all in that 21 season. The pandemic coming down right at the beginning of March Madness in the year 20, and just really devastated not only, you know, the high school scene in this area, which is so big, but also our colleges were devastated. Paine, you know, who had gone through so much, had found a community coming back to support them in so many ways. Outstanding donations from the Christian Methodist Episcopal, you know, diocese. Has done a fantastic job in raising funds for the school, and then private donations as well have fueled a lot of what they've done in this comeback effort. And just so excited to see that happen by way of the men's and women's basketball team, Keisha Lucette and Kirby Marshall, now the women's golf team. Golf just becoming such a big thing here in Augusta, obviously over the last almost 30 years, with Tiger Woods being a participant. And now, you know, the Augusta National making the huge donation that they did in Lee Elder's name, the late great Lee Elder, that made such a major boost to the athletics program. And you've been over to Richmond Academy. They've got a gorgeous softball field. That's where the Alliance softball team plays. I mean, fantastic facility. Brand spanking new. It looks like it's recently renovated. And so just a lot coming their way, and they have desires for, you know, the land that's around here to be able to put themselves in position to have their own on-campus softball and baseball facility, you know, sprucing up their existing Lions field. So the sky's the limit for the PC Lions with your support, and we, speaking to that, I'm part of the fundraising efforts for their athletic program by way of our live stream. You make a donation to the live stream and have your name mentioned like we have with Sanford Lloyd. That will give you an opportunity to be a sponsor of our game. So if you know a business owner and they are part of this, tuning into these broadcasts, we ask that they reach out to me. You can reach me on all social media at C. McNeil Sports, or you can, of course, email us at charles@youradvertisingsolution.com. Again, that's charles@youradvertisingsolution.com. Or, obviously, you can go to myjbn.net and myjbn.com and mybcsn.net, and you can reach out and say you'd like to be a sponsor, and we'll connect with you and make sure that your business gets to be a part of not only Paine, if you don't, you know, if you want to add other HBCUs to it. We've got 6 of them in our dossier, in our portfolio, and we'd love to have you be a part of all of that. So you know a lot of business owners, and you and I, you know, work a lot in the business community. It means a lot for them to be able to connect and get their message out to black folks in particular at HBCUs. You know, that's the audience, but we have the largest buying power of any, you know, organization, any group of people. And so that, and we're very loyal.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
By evidence of the crowd that's here supporting the Lions program. So a lot of good things can come from that.
Yeah, and you want to see good things happen for for Paine College and other HBCU sports. And I love the way that the city and the area has embraced Paine. You know, knowing that it's a bedrock of the community. You know, even like we had mentioned earlier about Laney, how a lot of people have ties to. A lot of people have ties to Paine, whether they went here or not. You know, me for one, I was married in Paine's Chapel. So, you know, and I know a lot of people who chose that venue to do events or weddings, you know, whatever it may be. So Paine is near and dear to people in Augusta, near and dear to their hearts. So anything that we can do to support this college, this institution, I know that the community would rally around, and business owners from all over the CSRA would love to be a part of it.
No doubt about it. Well, with that, we're going to take a time out and get you ready for the second half. We're going to get something cold to drink as well. We encourage you to do the same. This is Lions basketball, where they trail by 5 on Black College Sports Network.
Curious, when people work in sports, I always want to know, how did your love for sports begin?
That is a fantastic question.
Thank you.
I'm not sure how I can pinpoint when the bug bit me, but I always talk about in our house growing up, there was always a black and white picture of my mom's basketball team. And so I grew up knowing that she started as a freshman. She was also part of integrating a predominantly white school. And so she would tell me about some of the struggles that were involved with that. And so I think that always I kind of wanted to make her proud, and I always felt like the bar, she never said that, but I always felt like the bar was going to be starting as a freshman and doing those other things. Although I played softball in high school as well, basketball was my first love. And ironically, one of those things, when you've looked at that something for so long, I did start as a freshman. And one of my most favorite years of all in sports was that freshman year when I was allowed to play on the junior high team and the high school team. I grew up in a small Class B school, and so absolutely loved that year where I was playing basketball 5 to 6 days a week.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, and you know, like you said, you just wanted to make her proud, even though she never said it, but you was trying to follow her footsteps, and that's pretty cool. So as I mentioned earlier, you're a Hall of Famer from your alma mater, with such honors as Player of the Week, OIC Scholar Athlete, OIC and District 9 All-Conference teams, and Northwestern Ranger Queen. What amazing accomplishments. How, with basketball classes, possibly campaigning for Ranger Queen, how were you able to juggle all this and keep your GPA up?
Well, it's one of those things that I absolutely loved college, and some of my friends from the Baptist Student Union, they were my sponsoring group for Ranger Queen. Okay. They talked me into it, and ironically, it's the first time that I learned that other people other people can see some things in yourself that you may not see at the time. Right. I never ever considered myself Queen material at all, and I wouldn't have had the nerve to do it had some of my friends were like, "Hey, we'll help you with the posters. We'll help you. We'll back you. You can do this." Everybody knows you, but they didn't know me in that realm. And so I don't know. That was a very eye-opening and life-changing time for me as well. So to be voted in by my peers at a PWI meant a whole lot to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I always saw myself just as, you know, a jock, an athlete, a scholar. I did see those things as me, but a queen, I never saw that.
Well, you're a queen, sister, that's for sure. You are amazing. Just, you know, researching and reading your bio, I was like, wow, she is amazing. And that's why I'm so excited that you're our very first guest. A.D. Rogers, you were inducted in the Hall of Fame in Langston in 1998. I believe 9 years after you graduated, or 8 or 9 years, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. How was that moment for you to be honored in that way?
You know, no one really prepares you. It's like when you you're excited about it, and I was honored. My family was there to see me inducted, but I was not prepared for the rush of memories as you're getting ready to thank those that have played a part in your induction. I just saw the hours and hours outside playing on a grass court, the excitement when my dad built my first goal. And it was big because he actually had a welder. I had the metal pole, the everything, still had a grass court. But I mean, I looked at all the hours that were spent in the backyard and that had brought me to that point. The sacrifices that my mom and dad had made. We weren't rich by any means. My mom was a school teacher. And, you know, all of that was full circle. And I just felt grateful to God that he allowed me to experience that moment.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, AD Rogers, you served 4 years as an athletic director for women's sports and was selected as AD of the Year for Region 6 in 2003. Now, I never knew there could be separate ADs for women and men's sports. Could you elaborate on that for me? I mean, why was it just for women's sport?
So at that point in time, we were at NEI Division I school. And so we split the responsibility.
Lions Nation, we are here at halftime, just about the start of the second half with a little Frankie Beverly to bring you home. And it's time now for our Scholar Athlete, Student Athlete of the Week. And you see the man right there, the myth and the legend himself, Jacoby Williams, a sophomore out of Jacksonville. He's a Sanford Lloyd Certified Public Accountant, CPA, PC, Student Athlete of the Week, and you love his game, don't you?
I do. He is a spark plug. He is the guy that can ignite the team and the crowd. He's a great outside shooter. He's athletic. He can take it to the hole, but it's when his outside shot is dropping that opens the floor up for all of the Lions.
So we're about ready to get started with the second half. And again, if you need an accountant for your line of business, please see our friends over at Sanford Lloyd CPA PC. Look him up. He'll take great care of you. Tell him the Lions sent you. Start of the second half, the team in gray, Voorhees, with the basketball to open up the second half. As the jump hook drops home. And this team, Voorhees, has really done work off the bench.
Yeah, their bench has really been the difference in this game. So you're looking at a 22-point advantage based on comparing benches from Voorhees to Paine. So Paine's got to find an answer for that. You can see, if you got the camera view, you can see that Voorhees has got a line of bodies sitting on that bench to come in, and coaches not have a problem playing them.
So Willoughby watches Foster release another one. No good. Foster, tremendous first half for him off the bench. It's back the other way. That's a defensive stop. Jackson, and now a traveling violation, will give the basketball back. So the women, the Lions victorious in game number 1, 48-43, as they did so behind 17 points for Jada Brooks. In the second contest, the Lions looking to get the biscuit in the basket.
And that's a great sign there. Williams knocking down the three. As we were mentioning, coming in from halftime, he's a Student Athlete of the Week, and he's the one who can spark this team and spark this crowd.
Yeah, using that student portion of the student athlete, the intelligence inside the game to know that it's time for him to step up. Getting the ball back. Down by 4 in the corner. Jumper on the way. Rebound, jump hook, no. Ball tipped out of bounds by Foster, off Foster's hands. It'll be Lions basketball. They're in search of their 9th victory of the season, looking for their 7th win at home in the final home game of the 22-23 season. They'll be on the road this coming Saturday as there's a lob for the Slam Jam Bam. Nate Adams, aggressive to the 10. Adams now with 17.
Adams with the great inbound play. Now, he's the guy we mentioned in the beginning that we'd like to see have a double-double, and that's a good sign for Paine. So he's already done damage on the points. Just need to see him be a little more active on the boards and on the defense, especially on the defensive glass.
So Nate Adams, 15 points in the first half, 17 now in the game. Quentin Jackson had 11 in that first 20 minutes of action. They were your leading scorers for PC. You had 6 for Calvin Johnson and 4 for Elijah Greer. Leading scorer for Voorhees was Julius Phillips with 16 points, 11 for Tyler Willoughby. Elijah Greer, 3 for 3 at the line. The Lions were 7 of 8. Voorhees, 8 of 8 from the stripe. So Greer makes 1 of 2 to cut the deficit down to 1. From the left wing. Oh, the Hezzy on the jump shot knocked home. That's Rosario. Rosario's first field goal. Nate Adams tried the 3-ball, no good. Here goes Rosario, right side.
I was going to mention, yeah, Rosario hadn't done much at all in that first half, so he may be looking to get his shot off in the second half to try to get the Tigers a win.
Ball tipped over to the right side. Jump shot from 15, no good. Rebound and pulled out by Christian Ford. That's Jordan Blue. Blue got it tipped, but Jackson couldn't chase it down.
Jackson's just a solid player all around. He reminds me a lot of Allen Iverson, even John Stockton. He's got long arms, even though he's not a tall player. Gives him great command of the ball.
This young man right here is vying for more playing time as they get ready for their conference tournament. Off the bench, Foster with another field goal. He's got 9.
Foster's got great footwork for a big, that traditional type of big where he can post up. He's got a true post game.
Foster with another board, and he's controlling the paint area. Foster with 3 field goals here in the second half. He's got 13.
Coach desperately needs to put a body on Foster.
There's a lob stolen away. Here come the Tigers. 3 on 3. So they'll settle it in. That's Ford driving the lane. Now step back. Jump shot no good. Ball tipped into the hands of the Lions. Lions have numbers. At least they did before one of the teammates lost his shoe and led to a layup. That's up and down by Calvin Johnson. Back behind the field was Greer. He'll play defense here. Rosario with the basketball. Rosario on the yo-yo, drives the lane, Euro step to the right side and scores. Hector Rosario. He's got 4. Jacoby Williams looking to answer. Williams will, and a foul. Jacoby Williams with the rise and fire.
So Rosario used every bit of the map on that Euro step, that last drive. Good move by him, but great answer by Williams.
.6'3" sophomore out of Jacksonville, Florida, Jacoby Williams. Like the way he lets the game come to him, doesn't force the issue.
The Lions are going to need to be really good from the line. You can see they're down a few bodies tonight, not having everybody dressed. So they're not as fresh every time down the court because they're playing a lot of minutes.
A drive and kick to the corner for a 3-ball. That's good. That's Christian Ford. Both of his field goals have come from distance. So the three-point specialist helps his team add another one to their scoring column. This team was 5 of 11 from deep in the first half.
Just got to be concerned about fatigue setting in. They didn't close out well on that last sequence, the Lions, and it doesn't seem to be a lot of help coming from the bench. I see Taylor's dress, but doesn't look like Lockett is going to be playing tonight.
Lions left something behind, but they're stolen back. Perseverance by CJ. Alvin Johnson with the opportunity to go to the line, I believe, when we return with 14:50 left to play. We got the under-16 timeout. The Lions trailing by 7 against the Tigers.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
That spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on.
What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot. Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV